The American Football Conference Championship game is brought to you by Sears Tire and Auto Centers, home of the Die-Hard battery and the Sears steel-belted radial tire. By your Dodge dealer, who brings you 3 cars in one, Dart Sport Convertible. And by Amoco Oil, who urges you to conserve this country's energy.
Magic weather in the Magic City. 80 degrees in Miami, Florida today. Pretty good breeze blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour from the team defending the goal on the right. It'll be even hotter, though, down at the base of the Orange Bowl. And the roar in the background, the Miami Dolphins have just come on the field. Hi, everybody. I'm CURT GOWDY with DeROGATIS. Around Miami, they're calling this the real Super Bowl. Some experts claim that these are the 2 best teams in pro football, and the winner will be favored to go on and become pro football's king of the hill. Of course, the Minnesota Vikings, who are impressive today, must have a wry smile on their faces as they wait to see who they're going to play. Both teams have everything. They're potent in offense and defense. Miami earlier had an 18-game winning streak stopped by the Oakland Raiders. Today, Miami will be trying to stop an Oakland 5-game winning streak. Miami's a 6 to 8 point favorite. Part of those points must be weighted in favor of the home field advantage. The Dolphins have won 23 games in a row here in the Orange Bowl on the artificial surface. DeROGATIS, let's take a look at some of the high spots that we'll be looking for today.
Well, CURT, Miami Dolphins can run, and we thought the fans might like to see why they run so well. They've got a great convoy. This man particularly, Larry Little, number 66, a great running guard. He's going to be awesome today. Watch him. But right behind him, a man that isn't too far behind him, actually, 67, Kuchenberg of Notre Dame. This man has come on. 2 great guards leading an absolutely super runner. We think the secret for the Miami Dolphins is number 22, Mercury Morris, to the outside. Now on the other side, CURT, we know that they also can run this football, and they can run it very well. They run to their left, and why? Well, Art Shell is one great reason, 78. Big, tough, mean tackle. A typical Oakland Raider. Probably the guy that might be number 2 as an offensive guard to Larry Little is Gene Upshaw, 63. And as you watch these 2 men go off the ball, keep your eye on 44 because he comes very quickly. An awesome back, Marvin, the man from Colgate, Hubbard. Quite a guy.
All right, you know, Oakland's known as a left-handed team running to the left. Maybe they'll go right-handed today.
Good possibility. They've been selling left so hard, they'll probably go the other
really
way.
Sold it. Well, we've had a look at the Raiders and the Dolphins. They're getting ready for the opening kickoff of the American Football Conference Championship game.
Once upon a time, there was the Track 2 and the Schick Super 2. Now, Track 2 got a fast start, but the Schick Super 2 took its time. The Schick Super 2 was also made to fit all twin-bladed razors, but with super chromium edges for super safe shaves. And now that the Schick Super 2 has all that going for it, who would you put your money on?
There's a new pioneer spirit in America today, the spirit of conservation. It's people realizing there's just not as much energy as we're used to having. And we can help keep factories working and paychecks coming in and America going strong if we just drive a little slower and heat our homes and businesses a little less. If everybody dials down 6 degrees at home and slows down on the highways, it'll conserve enough fuel to provide energy for more than 1 million American jobs. And that's vital to all of us. Amoco Oil is doing all they can to get more energy to us. But until the shortage eases, it's up to all of us to make what there is go further. There's a shortage of energy, but not of the American spirit. Keep your spirit up, the spirit of conservation for the sake of America.
We'll have the acting out of the flip of the coin, which was won, by the way, by the Miami Dolphins. They always want the ball when they win the flip. They'll receive on your left. The Oakland Raiders in black will kick off on your right. That's Gene Upshaw, Willie Davis, Bob Greasy, Mumford, Larry Little, and Nick Bonacani. Nick Bonacani's been very good on these coin flips this year. He won 11 in a row Then he lost 3 in a row, and he's come back to win 2 in the playoffs. Let's go down on the field now.
Please rise. The invocation will be offered by Rabbi Irving Lehrman, Temple Emmanuel, Miami Beach, Florida.
The PA system here is not working. We're having a prayer. I'll remain quiet while it's on. And we'll have the playing of the national anthem. It'll be sung by Anita Bryant.
A greater sense of human fellowship and brotherhood in a world at peace. Amen.
The national anthem will be sung by Anita Bryant.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's end? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the fair light all around our and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, send us last
They're hearing everything today. Swimsuits, T-shirts, white suits, sun-drenched crowd in the Orange Bowl. The game is being televised locally with a sellout this week. John Madden back in the championship game again. 5 times in the last 7 years, the Oakland Raiders have gone to the championship of the old AFL or the American Football Conference. Been a very dominant team. Don Shula trying to take his team to an unprecedented 3rd American Football Conference championship in a row and a 3rd successive trip to the Super Bowl. No team has ever done this. The officials, Tommy Bell, who's an attorney at law in Lexington, Kentucky, is the referee. Paul Trapinski, a real estate man, is the umpire. Ed Marion's the head linesman. He's the manager of a pension department for an insurance company. Line judge is Bruce Alford. Field judge is Bob Wortman. And the back judge is Ray Douglas. Kicking off will be Ray Guy. Charlie Lee, closest to you, 28 yards of kickoff return. Mercury Morris has averaged 22 yards. Ray Guy, the rookie punter and kickoff man, boots the ball. A squibbler. And it's fielded on the 30 by Nottingham. Don Nottingham, a blocker, caught that ball. He's been excellent on the specialty team since the Dolphins grabbed him from the Baltimore Colts, and he's tackled by Monty Johnson. Let's set the teams up now. Bob Greasy will be a quarterback, number 12. Mercury Morris, 22. Sonka, 39, the running backs. Mandich is starting at right end, playing with a fractured hand. Warfield 42, Briscoe 86 to the wide net. Wayne Moore, Evans the tackles, Kuchenberg, Little at guard, Jim Langer the center. Miami putting the ball in play from their own 36. In motion is Briscoe. Greasy gives the ball off on the first play to Sonka. Not much. Art Tom, the standout right tackle, number 80, made the stop for the Oakland Raiders.
Kurt, one quick comment. Ray Guy did not have a good kickoff or a good punting game in his first championship effort, and that was last week against the Steelers. His kickoff here was bad. Gave the Miami Dolphins pretty good field position.
Second down 9, Miami. Tony Klein, 84, left end. Sistrunk, 60, left tackle. Tom, 80, right tackle. Horace Jones, 82, the right end. The down 4 for Oakland. Second down 9 for Miami. They're going against the wind in the first period. He wasn't offside. And Mercury breaks it out to the 44, where Jack Tatum came up to hit him. Mercury Morris had a big day against Cincinnati last Sunday, going over 100 yards. As Al told you before the game, he averaged 6.4 yards a carry this year. O.J. Simpson had 6 yards a carry. Now Briscoe is out, and Mar Fleming comes in for the double tight end setup. 3rd and 2 for the Dolphins. They were uncanny last week in converting these third down plays against Cincinnati. A very high average. About 35% is the average of converting third down plays in pro football. And he has it, Larry Sonka. Dan Connors ran into him, the middle linebacker. First down, Miami. The Dolphins will be on their 48. No score. This telecast, presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. And NBC hopes you enjoy the American Football Conference Championship. Briscoe goes back in as a wide receiver. Mercury Morris, 50, 45, down to the 42. Fumble, but the whistle had already blown. Now Mercury can get you that yardage in or out. Very powerful thighs, quick hitter, tremendous acceleration.
Here's a good shot of it. Now Kuchenberg is the guard to the left. Langer, what a center he is. That's Little pulling, going inside. Zonka leading it up there, and Mercury speed cracks it. Now this is, as we said, a great running football team. Well, both of them are.
Al Davis, the general manager of the Raiders, first down Miami, said this game would depend on how Miami started. If they got off to a great start like they did against Cincinnati, Oakland had their hands full. Miami, the first 2 times they had the ball against the Bengals, went 80 yards on beautifully executed drives. Miami now is on the Oakland 42 with a first down. Greasy looks them over. Here's our first pass. Sideline. It is no good to Briscoe. A flag has been dropped along the sideline. Nehemiah Wilson covering. And this may be against the Raiders. Bill Villapiano dropping back, the left linebacker. He hurt himself last week, but he's all right today. Wayne Moore is coming out, and going in at tackle is Doug Cruzan. That's a first down. It's holding, automatic first down. Defensive holding, not interference.
All right, now with the wide side of the field to the bottom of your screen, we've been talking about Morris going wide. If he does, Zonka generally makes a block to the inside. The 2 guards will be pulling. The man that could have the most difficult time will be Nehemiah Wilson, number 48. He's only 165 pounds. In front of him is Tony Klein, and in back of Tony Klein is Phil Villapiano.
And the holding was called on Nehemiah Wilson. Looked like Wayne Moore, the left tackle of Miami, hurt his arm, replaced by Doug Cruzan. First down for the Dolphins on the Raider 37. No score. We're early. Miami has an early drive going. Mercury Morris. And they get him that time. Coming up to hit him, Nehemiah Wilson. Fine play by the left cornerback from Grambling. A free agent signed back in '68.
Oh, we thought they'd try this man, but he's good. He's there 9 years from Grambling. You're right, and he's a good one. Now watch it. gets away from Briscoe, really doesn't make the play. Coming to the outside, crossbody, perfect play. That's the way you play cornerback.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down, 11. Don Shula had just sent Jim Kick in. Every time he sent Kick in last week, they threw to him successfully, caught 7 passes. Now they're in the I formation. 2nd down, 11 for Miami. No score, 11:20 to go, first period. They run Jim Kick, and he maybe has a yard or two. Otis Sistrunk, the shaven-headed left tackle, who didn't go to college. In a trade, they got him from the Los Angeles Rams, and he and Toms now are really rugged in the middle of that front four of the Raiders.
Here's another one of those difficult 3rd down long situations. Okay, Paul Warfield on the far side. We know he will be double covered. If he stays there, he's going to be going against one of the very best. The Oakland Raiders, Willie Brown, they're in a prevent defense of the Raiders.
All right, they've taken Dan Connors out and put in a 5th back in the secondary, Skip Thomas, number 26. 3rd and 10. Greasy gets away at the 40, 35, 30, 1st down, 20, and he's hauled down by Phil Villapiano, who saved a touchdown. Greasy coming out of the pocket. Used to be quite a scrambler. Don Shula has turned him into a control scrambler.
Well, this is a beautiful play. Now they respect Warfield. They turn their back to the field. Greasy scrambles. What a big play he makes here.
That's Villapiano, who nipped him around the ankle.
All right, now you don't get off the ground. That was Art Toms going off the ground. Once you leave the ground, you give that quarterback the chance.
Dan Connors back in his middle linebacker. Mercury Morris is in again. Donka, touchdown, Miami. Oh, they made it look easy.
Well, if you're going to run, you run at your best and you run with your best. Little folds over, good block. Mercury Morris, what a beauty. And the big man, Zonka.
9 plays, a picture drive by Miami. Here's another angle as I look at it. Look at Zonka, look at the hole. Little wipes his man out. Just a ramble in there by Larry Zonka. 64 yards at 9 plays. There he is. He loves contact. 3 years in a row, he's gained 1,000 yards to join 4 other backs in pro football history. Yepremian puts it through. Miami has jumped out early. Score, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
There are still some places in the world where people seldom see a car, where they don't worry about what roads do to an automobile tire. We went to such a place to show what the Sears steel-belted radial is made of. To Morocco, the back roads. We matched our radial design against the Atlas Mountains. Our 2 steel belts against roads with guts of pure granite. Over 1,000 miles from Marrakesh to Erfoud and back again. But we still weren't through. We put the same set of tires on a car like yours and drove them another 72,400 miles on American highways. The Sears steel-belted radial, we proved it on some of the toughest roads in the world. Radial design, 2 steel belts. The Sears steel-belted radial, only at Sears.
Well, Al, they started off just the way they did against Cincinnati.
And, Kurt, they were awesome. And we know what the Oakland Raiders did last week. They were overpowering against the Steelers.
Clarence Davis, Charlie Smith are deep. The Yepremian kick. Against the wind, grabbed by Clarence Davis, coming out to the 10, 20, and he's up to his 26-yard line, where he's spilled by Curtis Johnson, who plays the right cornerback spot, number 45. Now the Raiders will have Kenny Stabler at quarterback, number 12. Charlie Smith, 23. Marv Hubbard, 44, the running back. Mike Ciani, 49's outside. Fred Biletnikoff, 25, is wide. Bob Moore, 88's the tight end. Art Shell and John Bella are the tackles. Upshaw and Beeler are the guards. Old double lot, Yamato. playing his 195th or 7th consecutive game to center. Marv Hubbard to the 30, and he pounds his way out for a first down as he gets out to his 39-yard line where the safety man, Jake Scott, tripped him up. Marv Hubbard.
We talked about their ability to run left, Kurt, right? They ran right, and they ran well, but they're running away from the tight end. Now they might be going, and we'll keep our eye on number 57, Mike Colin. Doug Swift has had a great year at the strong linebacker. Bonaconti, they may be going after Colin.
First down, Oakland on their 39. Over the 40 to the 41 is Charlie Smith. That's their weak side play, but it's really their strong side play because they're running behind the left tackle, Shell, the left guard, Upshaw, who just are ferocious up front as blockers. Mike Colin made the hit. Starting today for Miami fans is their great tackle, Manny Fernandez, 75, who's had a torn hamstring muscle. Bob Hines has just left the game. Matheson comes in to replace him. Then Herter's at left end, Stanfield's at right end. Second down, 8, Oakland on their 41. Marv Hubbard is hit by Bill Stanfield and Bob Matheson. And he's ridden down on the 44-yard line of Oakland, a 3-yard gain. Third down and 5. Bill Stanfield, who's had a bout of gallbladder trouble all year.
All right, now we know that Stabler had a beautiful afternoon against the Pittsburgh Steelers, throwing underneath the zone. The linebackers make deep drops. He watches them. He throws beneath them. He's going to have to keep his eye on that middleman, Nick Bonaconti.
Third and 5, Oakland's first third down situation. Miami's ahead 7-0. 7:45 to go in the first period. Ken Stabler's pass. He completes it to Hubbard out of the backfield. A first down for Oakland on the Miami 48. Nick Bonaconti made the hit. Ken Stabler, who set an all-time throw record, 25 out of 29 against Baltimore. 14 out of 17 last week against Pittsburgh. He's a dart thrower. Extremely accurate. That's him in one playoff game, but for the season, he completed 63% of his passes. Matheson is out. Bob Hines back in at tackle. First down, Oakland. So spotted on the Miami 49. Charlie Smith at the 50, and he's to the 47-yard line of Miami, where he's taken by Manny Fernandez and the safety man, Dick Anderson, one of the hardest hitters of any safety man in pro football. In fact, today, Al, we probably have 2 of the 3 or 4 hardest hitters of safety man. Anderson on one team, Jack Tatum on the other.
Kurt, going along on defense now, we're seeing a 53 defense now being employed again. Both teams have been running to the side that they've been talking about. We have not seen a counter back. Hubbard coming one way, Charlie Smith and Clarence Davis hitting behind him.
Bob Matheson's in on the 53 defense. He's at right end. The 45-yard line is Charlie Smith. He was hit first by Manny Fernandez, 75, and then helped by Nick Bonaconti. Manny Fernandez is unhappy. Second year in a row, he's not been picked for the Pro Bowl.
Here it is again.
Larry Sonka getting a breather. Going in now is number 25. That's Tim Foley, who's been injured with a bad shoulder. Bonaconti goes out, so the Dolphins have 5 secondary backs in. And it is 3rd and 6 for Oakland on the Miami 45. Miami leading 7-0. Stabler's pass. Flag is down. And Mike Ciani is stopped at the 34, but a flag has been dropped. It may be against Oakland. Maybe holding. Stabler's already showing you how accurate he is. They give him beautiful protection.
They do, Kurt. He's not getting... Now, the Dolphins are concentrating really on that secondary, and they're going to try to take away the short zone. We're probably going to see this man, who rarely is intercepted, get intercepted if he gets a big rush. 3rd and long, this is the logical.
The philosophy of Oakland's passing game, 2 things. Number 1, no interception, and number 2, they don't like their wide receivers to block. They don't want their wide receivers to become injured. That's why there barely are. The holding was on Vela, number 75. Miami, on the other hand, likes their wide receivers to block. Paul Warfield's an outstanding blocker. Banasak's in the game now. Staver's pass is complete to his 47, but Bonacarni hit Charlie Smith right away. And a 4th down coming up. Let's take a look at this zone of Miami, how they drop. Look at them backpedal, Al.
This is a perfect position. Look at the linebackers. Top men, short zone, deep zone. John McKay was talking about this the other day, Kurt, to both of us. I think Coach McKay, that's a perfect picture of the zone.
Ray Guy, who just missed the punting championship of the American Conference by a fraction of a yard to Gerald Wilson in punt formation. He averaged 49 yards a kick out at Berkeley against this team. He lost it deep to Jake Scott. Scott takes it on the 13, 15, and he's drilled there on his 15-yard line. He's hit there by Dave Dalby, number 50. Timeout with a score, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
Hi, I'm Joe Garagiola. There are over 1 million Dodge darts on the road today, and there must be a lot of reasons for this, and I'd like to find out some of them.
Because it's right in between, it's not too compact, and it's not too big. It's just right.
It's a little car, but it has a pretty big car performance, you know.
There's so many on the road, we figured, boy, they've got to have something going.
If you need any more reasons to go with Dodge Dart, ask the million who own one.
I turn around, there are 2 terrific-looking guys behind me.
Aren't they great?
Men who wear Hager double-knit slacks not only look good, they get looked at, but good. Because with Hager double knits of Encron polyester, you get more than just comfort and easy care. Styling. That's why they get the eye. From their wide range of colors and patterns to their tailored fit, Hager double knits have the looks that get the looks. Hager, we make everybody look good.
Good. He looks great.
Well, Al and I have been out in Pasadena taking a look at Ohio State and USC. We'll be flying back tomorrow to do the Rose Bowl. Should be quite a game. Ohio State and USC. It'll be on NBC Sports, #1 in live coverage of major sports events all year round. First down for Miami on their 15-yard line. Bob Greasy, #2 in the American Conference in passing this year, at 17 touchdown passes, more than Stabler, completed 53%, had only 8 intercepted. He always seems to be at his best in the biggest games. The neurosurgeon, we call him. Larry Sonka out to the 20, 25, first down at the 29. Jack Tatum, number 31, hit him. Larry Sonka, a Christmas baby. He was 27 years old on Christmas Day.
Well, Bob Greasy gave the ball to the Christmas baby to the right side. The defense was set to the offside. They go after their big man, Norm Evans, number 73, tackle Larry Little, 66, and give the ball to the brute Zonka. What a runner.
Some baby, huh?
He sure is.
First down, Miami on their 29. They're opening big holes in Oakland. Greasy to Sonka again. Sistrunk, number 60, made the initial hit on him. But, you know, when you stop Sonka, he still gets those couple of yards. Last week, we saw him tackle, Al and I, for the first time behind the line of scrimmage. It was on a delay play. Here's Sistrunk now, Al.
Number 60, playing against Norm Evans. A good one in Norm. Hogs up the hole, but as you say, he still got 3 yards.
Those were delay plays he were trapped last week, and he said he's worked on his timing all week. He's already carried for 33 yards in this game. 2nd and 7, Miami on their 32. There goes Warfield in motion. And Greasy's going to throw. And he's slipping away. He was trying to reach Warfield deep. And notice that, Al, Oakland, you used to be a defensive tackle. Oakland seems to be so up that they may be over-trying on their pass rush. They're letting Greasy slip away from him. They're not hitting him. They're reaching for him.
That's right, but they sure made a big play here, Kurt. Paul Warfield was open. He had Willie Brown beaten. If this pass rush doesn't come, they could have gone a long way.
They don't slip away, they're reaching. They're just reaching for him. They're not hitting him. 3rd down and 15. Miami under 24. They're ahead 7-0. They had a 64-yard drive the first time they took the opening kickoff and moved in. Now Greasy on a draw play. Sonka wriggling forward to his 27, that's all. And we'll have a punt formation by Miami with a 4th and 12. Bill Villapiano brought Sonka down. Larry Seipel will be the punter. Seipel's had his best punting year. He's averaged 42.3. And you always have to be concerned with him about not punting. Several times a year on 4th down, he'll take a look. And if he's not rushed, he may take off on 4th down and run with the ball. George Atkinson will be the deep man for the Raiders on a punt return. He's kicking against a 10-mile-an-hour wind. Atkinson fields the ball, and he's 34. Oh, is he buried? Mike Colin down there, and number 36, Don Nottingham, the little bowling ball, making a tremendous hit. Timeout, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
Okay, we're out here to protect Herbie and his family with life insurance. Let's go to work. Close up those financial holes. Block out money problems. Stop those retirement worries. Now get yourself financial security, Herbie. You've got it, Herbie! You've got it!
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York life.
If you got a pair of shoes that are giving you the blues, Mr. Feelgood will make you feel right. He'll get you moving on a court. He's great for any sort of sport. He'll give you pep in every step. His shoes are super light. Pro-Cats give you speed and traction. Pro-Cats give you satisfaction. They fit right, they're so light, so
Foam padded Pro-Cats from Uniroyal. We're in the business of winning.
The Orange Bowl will follow the Rose Bowl at NBC, LSU versus Penn State. Everyone anxious to watch John Cappelletti, the Heisman Trophy winner, in action. And, of course, the fantastic halftime pageantry here in Miami. It'll be on NBC Sports. #1 in live coverage of major sports events all year round. And it's Oakland's ball now, first down on their 34. 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first period. Miami ahead, 7-0. Minnesota's in the Super Bowl. They beat Dallas today, 27-10. Congratulations to Jim Finks, Bud Grant, and his gang. Charlie Smith turns, comes up over the 40, and he's 42 and a half. He'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. Jake Scott, the safety man. Nick Bonaconti, the middle linebacker, made the hit.
All right, they were going to try to sweep Vern Den Herter. Now, Vern moves much too quickly to the outside. He should have been getting support to the inside. He's fighting off Bella. Nick Bonaconti overshoots it a bit. Great cutback. That's the way you run the football.
John Bella at right tackle. Bob Brown's on the inactive list. Bella's a comer. He's in his second year, #2 draft pick last year from USC. Oh, what a hole for Marv Hubbard. You talk about opening holes now. The Raiders ripped the Dolphins. Marv Hubbard, who has averaged 960 yards the last 3 years, who the last 5 games has reached his zenith this year as a first down on the Miami 45-yard line.
All right, now the Dolphins are really overreacting. Nick Bonaconti reading the play. The blocker really didn't have to make a block on him. They just go behind him. This is something you pick up in scouting.
53 defense in. Matheson at the bottom of your screen, number 53. Hines, the right tackle's out. That's Smith. Another hole. Check that. Clarence Davis has just come in, and he goes to the 39-yard line of Miami, where Mike Colin, the hardest hitter on the Dolphins, setting down, number 57, a number 12 draft pick back in 1970. You never know, do you?
Not at all. But, you know, here's where Ken Stabler or any outstanding quarterback is dangerous. Second, short yardage. He can do what he wants to do. Bolitnikoff on the far side against Lloyd Mumford.
Clarence Davis is there with Marv Hubbard. Davis is the Mercury Morris of the Oakland Raiders. He can get outside. So it's Hubbard. And Hubbard just over the 35, very close to the first down, hit by Manny Fernandez and Nick Bonaconti. Marv Hubbard has averaged just under 10 yards a carry in this game, and they're going to measure. Well, now they look, now they blow the gun, and that's the end of the first period with a score. Miami 7 and Oakland nothing.
Okay, what do you got? A pair from Gillette Track 2.
A pair from Schick Super 2.
I got 2 pair from Persona Double 2.
Persona Double 2 has twin blades on 2 sides for about the same price. So you get close, safe, comfortable twin blade shaves and more of them.
Better get yourselves a new deal, fellas.
Persona Double 2. It's 2 blades better.
As fast as cars are changing, tires are changing too. And your Amoco dealer has a full line of tires for the way cars are today. His new Atlas Steel Cron has 2 belts of brass-coated steel. They give you the kind of protection you need, and the kind of ride and mileage you want too. The new Atlas Steel Cron at your Amoco dealers. You expect more from Amoco, and you get it.
You don't need to know much about football to know the importance of teamwork. Our country's energy crisis is no game. But if we all work together, it'll work out better for all of us. So let's keep our thermostats at 68 degrees or lower. And let's all observe the new speed limits and save electricity where possible. If we all help, we'll really be helping ourselves. Please, don't be foolish.
Preceding announcement made on behalf of the National Football League. CURT, GOWDY, and DeROGATIS into the second period. Statistics are about even. 75 yards total offense, Miami, 69 Oakland. Miami 7 first downs, Oakland 4. They measured between periods. Oakland has a first down on the Miami 34. As Clarence Davis, he ran into one of his own blockers. Trying to go left. Dick Anderson and Doug Swift stop him.
One of the reasons that coaches have been setting their running backs, especially their fast men, further back is to give them an opportunity to see a hole. You saw Clarence run up on George Beeler, the guard pulling. He needed a little bit more room.
John Madden and Darryl LaMonica now the backup quarterback. Ollie Spencer in charge of the offensive line with a telephone. Upstairs to the Oakland coaching staff. Stabler's pass out of bounds to Biletnikoff. Lloyd Mumford was there with him. They had that play smothered. Now it's 3rd and 9. You know, this year, Miami rushed the ball 65% of the time. The Raiders 58%. In the playoffs, each team ran the ball 3 out of 4. Stabler now is 2 out of 3. Both teams have stuck to the ground most of the way so far.
Made some absolutely clever calls in the process, Kurt. When you're running the ball so well against a team like Miami and the way they are reacting, he might try to hit the wide side of his field with something quick or a man coming out of the backfield.
3rd and 9 for Oakland on the Miami 33. Stabler's pass off the hands of Bob Moore, the tight end. And Moore was being covered by Mumford on 4th down. George Blanda comes on. He kicked 4 field goals against Pittsburgh. George Blanda this year has been incredible for his age, 46 years old. Inside the 40-yard line, he is 20 out of 22. Outside the 40, his efficiency drops off rapidly. And this one is going to be a 41-yard field goal. This is his 21st lifetime attempt at an AFC Championship game. His kick is up. It is short and to the left, no good. George Blanda misses a 41-yard field goal, and the Dolphins hold. Al Davis there with his hand up to his chin. The general manager, there's Ted Kennedy, Senator Kennedy. And incidentally, he has his son here today, Ted Jr. with him. And Senator McGovern also. All right, let's go back to the game. First down. Miami on their 20-yard line. They're leading 7-0. In motion, Briscoe coming back into the play. Sonka. And he's to his 22 or 3-yard line as he lunged. Dan Connors upset him. Dan Connors has had quite a year. And he went to college right here at the University of Miami. His 10th season in professional football.
All right, here's the situation. The Oakland Raiders very wisely playing the run on first down, trying to keep the Miami Dolphins from breaking anything. We'll probably see Bob Greasy start changing it up. He'll start throwing it wide. Sooner or later, we're going to see Mercury going to the outside.
Warfield is to the left, Briscoe's to the right. Second down, 8, Miami. Mercury Morris, he's hemmed in. Oh, is he nailed there at the 24. He was hit hard. Sistrunk behind. And number 84, Tony Klein, slid over from his left end. A 2-yard pickup for the Merc. 3rd and 6. John Madden pacing that sideline. And now Jim Kick has come in. Morris goes out. Let's see if they throw the kick on 3rd down, which they did last week, which they like to do.
Dan Connors also goes out to prevent defense once again. 5 men in the secondary.
Skip Thomas, number 26, is in. He's right on the line of scrimmage against Mandage. It looks like a first down to Marlon Briscoe. He got just beyond that yardstick and turned back for the ball. Greasy delivered to him. Nehemiah Wilson hit him, but too late. First down, Miami. 8 first downs to Miami, 4 for Oakland.
Perfect play. Nehemiah Wilson was closing fast on it. Greasy fires. It's almost impossible to rush that kind of a pass. That's Wilson right there. Now, Kurt, we'll see them, the Oakland Raiders go back into their run defense. Dan Connors in the middle, number 55, worth watching.
And Mercury Morris joins Larry Sonka behind Bob Greasy.
Play football, play football, play football.
Morris, he slid away from Klein. Klein had him wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and let him get away. Then Philip Vilpiano stopped him. Bill Stanfield are working on him something wrong. A couple of years ago, he brought his pet snake to camp, a rat snake. That was the first cut by head coach Don Shula of summer camp. Jim Kick is in. Mercury Morris is out. The ball's on the 32-yard line. Dolphin leading, sacking the quarterback was Bill Stanfield. We've had only one time today the quarterback's been tackled. That's been by the Oakland Raiders. Second down, 9. Miami under 32. They're ahead in this game, 7-0. We're approaching 11 minutes to play in the first half. Skip Thomas is back into the secondary. Dan Connors is out. Offside. Maybe, unless he was drawn off. Number 82, Horace Jones, charging across that line of scrimmage. But he was drawn off by the Dolphins. A false motion. Offside, they don't stop the play. Illegal procedure, they blow the whistle.
All right, now looking at that secondary, the Oakland Raiders were figuring Greasy was going to Bob Warfield. 3, 4 men were dropping really to this side for Mandage and for Warfield. That means that middle area is going to be wide open. So let's look for, on second and long yardage, Greasy to try something over the middle.
Second down, 14. Miami on their 27. They're ahead 7-0. Minnesota Vikings will play the winner of this game for the Super Bowl championship. We're down to 3 teams now. Miami, Oakland, and Minnesota. Norm Evans is the man that moved the right tackle on the Miami offensive line. Greasy on second down. Pass blocked at the line of scrimmage by Otis Sistrunk. And Toms also. Both of them had their arms up. May have been Sistrunk. I don't know. Number 60. Both of these defenses are fairly young. For instance, Oakland has rebuilt their team and still won championships. Sistrunk's in his 2nd year at left tackle. Tom's in his 5th year, just approaching greatness. Horace Jones in his 3rd year. Tony Klein in his 4th year. A very young front 4 for the Oakland Raiders. And there's only one man on the Miami defensive team over 30 years of age, and that's Nick Bonaconte. Now Connors is back in. Kick is out. Morris is back in. Now Connors is out and Skip Thomas is in. Third down, 14. Greasy to Warfield, 45. He has a first down. Oh, what a man this fellow is. Paul Warfield hit by Phil Villapiano. And Warfield's arguing. You know, Warfield plays on a running ball club. Yet he's still such a supreme receiver.
Well, we figured they'd try the middle, and they did. Look at the moves. As graceful a runner as you'll ever see.
Here it is, and Al, we remember he was a running back under Woody Hayes at Ohio State. Al Davis last night told me that in his time, that is Davis's time in football, Warfield's the greatest receiver he's ever seen. First down, Miami on the Oakland 47-yard line. Miami ahead, 7-0. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Briscoe in motion. Greasy going deep to Warfield. Intercepted and out of bounds. Willie Brown. Willie Brown intercepts for the Raiders. One of the 5 greatest cornerbacks of all time, Willie Brown. You know, he doesn't intercept many passes, Al, in his career, but the last 3 chip games he's been intercepting.
And they don't throw at him very much, and this was just perfectly played. What a beautiful catch. Unfortunately, ran out of bounds, wrong spot.
Timeout, score, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
I'm Scott Carpenter. Boulder was a sleepy little college town when I grew up here, but the people worked hard and they put their money in the bank. Then Boulder bankers put that money to work to help Boulder change for the better. They brought in new businesses, new jobs, new ideas. For instance, they backed Art Sable with a new color photo enlarger he developed in his basement. They helped Cecil Effinger put his new typewriter for music on the market. You know, Cecil, the nice thing is Boulder bankers have always been willing to take a chance on good new ideas.
That's right.
But for some bigger projects, Boulder banks have needed help from banks in other towns. And all 14,000 of America's banks are set up to help each other when there's a need. It's true in Boulder. It's true of your bank, too. It's as big as the whole country or as small as the smallest guy with a dream.
Your bank, helping you change things for the better.
Willie Brown, out on the coast against Oakland, held Paul Warfield without a reception. Warfield said he's one of the best he's ever played against. Paul's caught 1 pass today. Brown just intercepted this ball. Oakland's ball on their 3-yard line, first down. Bill Stanfield is injured and is not in there at right end. Bob Hines has replaced him. Straight ahead goes Marv Hubbard for a couple of yards. So the front 4 now for Miami is Den Herder at left end, Fernandez at left tackle, Maldy Moore at right tackle, and Bob Hines at right end. Stanfield is injured.
And defensively, a big situation.
What pressure there on Briscoe?
Big situation for the Miami Dolphins. The Oakland Raiders are going to obviously desperately try to get that first down. Ray Guy may be tested kicking against the wind.
Marv Hubbard has 36 yards so far. Saber on a rollout pattern. He shoots the ball, completes it, but dropped there by Mike Ciani, who usually has a very sure pair of hands. Ciani twice has had the ball to him and hasn't been able to hold on to it.
Bob Hines is a very versatile man. He's been playing inside. We've seen him play to the outside. Sees that play. It's a rolled out, a very effective play. Giving it a force, going down. Stabler moves awfully well, Kurt.
He's 2 out of 5, Al, so far for just 15 yards. Stanfield has been taken to the Miami locker room for examination. 3rd and 9. Miami has Oakland backed up to the Oakland 4-yard line. They're running Marv Hubbard. They stop him, and now Oakland will have to punt and give Miami some good field position. In the punt formation, Ray Guy will be coming on. Bob Hines made that tackle, and here he is, Al.
All right, Bob Hines. We said he can play inside or play out. Moves across. Now the idea is straighten up your man. Perfect. Forcing it to the outside. Inside pressure is coming from Bonaconte. Fine defensive 3-man play.
Ray Guy has kicked once, 39 yards. This time he's going against the wind. Looking at him. There's his average this year. We may have our end zone camera on him. I don't know. Let's see. Here it is. He can't step out of that end zone. Oh, there is a sensational kick against the wind on the 30-yard line. Jake Scott spinning away, and he's hit down by number 52. That's Gary Weaver. What a punt by Ray Guy. The ball carried over 70 yards in the air. A timeout with a score, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
100% cotton shirts and jeans are Saturday morning, comfortable and cool. A cotton shirt is Saturday night, comfortable and elegant. Cotton is a quiet weekend, warm and cozy. Cotton is a business meeting when you could be hot under the collar, but you're not, because cotton breathes. 100% cotton, the shirt and jeans fiber. Cotton, it's a natural wonder.
You know, the back of a pickup just isn't a place for a lot of expensive gear. That's why I got a kick out of it when Dodge introduced the Club Cab. It's got 34 extra cubic feet of storage space behind the seat. Look at all that room. The Club Cab pickup. Only place you can get one's at Dodge.
Extra care in engineering makes a difference in Dodge trucks. Depend on them.
They're working on Bob Moore, the tight end of the Raiders. Well, you've just seen why Oakland drafted Ray Guy, number 1. He just got off a 63-yard punt from scrimmage from his own end zone. Miami on their 37, a first down. They're ahead 7-0. Mercury Morris. Now they're jamming Mercury. He picks up a yard to his 38. It'll be 2nd down, 9. Morris Jones made the stop. Howard Twilley has come in. That's Bob Moore, the tight end. I don't know what was the matter with him, Al.
I have no idea. It looks like it could be a rib. They're adjusting rib or neck. He seems to have difficulty breathing.
2nd down, 8. Miami on their 39-yard line. 7.5 minutes to play in the first period. Morris to his 47, short of a first down. Tatum has the ball, but the whistle had already blown. Bill Villapiano made the tackle on him. Villapiano's picked up about 20 pounds since he came in the pros. He really wasn't big enough, the Raiders thought, for a linebacker, but then they were impressed with his range and his mobility. There goes the kick in for Mercury Morris. Moore had a slight shoulder injury. He's all right, as you can see, and he's ready to get back in there when his team gets the ball. It's now on the 46-yard line of Miami. They have a 3rd down and a yard to go. They're ahead 7-0. First down for Larry Sonka to the 50-yard line. Gerald Irons, the right linebacker, made the stop. And Mercury Morris is back in the backfield, and Jim Kick comes to the sideline.
Sometimes they put Jim Kick in, Kurt, to catch a pass. Other times they put him in the block. He makes an excellent block. His roommate cuts behind him. First down. Here's this action right up close. That's Kick right there, making the block on Gerald Irons. Zonka inside.
On first down to the 50-yard line, Greasy brings Twilley back in motion. Zonka rips into Oakland territory to the Oakland 48, where once again Phil Villapiano made the stop. He has been a standout defensively so far in this game. In fact, I'd say he's been the best defensive player in the field thus far.
I think he has also. He has that tremendous responsibility not only of watching the outside of that defensive end, but watching the Morris sweeps. Again, we talk about Nehemiah Wilson, the man behind him, Kurt. He's only 165 pounds. He's a good one, but we'll probably see him being attacked.
Larry Sonka already has 44 yards in the game, 5 yards to carry. 2nd down, 8 for Miami on the Oakland 48. Greasy faking the draw, unloads it. It is knocked down by Atkinson, and a flag has been dropped. Flag has been dropped. 2 flags have been dropped. One in the backfield of Miami, another in the secondary of Oakland. I believe it's holding against Miami, and there may be a penalty also against Oakland. Let's see. Holding against Miami. Personal foul against Oakland. Offsetting penalty. Here's the personal foul, Al, against Oakland.
Let's take a look at this. It's got to be rather flagrant. There's that Villapiano fellow that you kind of like, and I do also.
Oh, yeah, that's the personal foul. That's Twilley, who nearly had his head taken off.
48 is Nehemiah Wilson. That's the way they drop when they're moving in the zones. I guess the little Howard, they're after the fellow from Tulsa.
So offsetting penalties, it's 2nd and 8. Miami on the Oakland 48. Jim kicks back into the backfield for Miami. Asaka, though, he's at the 40, first down, and the big bull is brought down on the 34-yard line of Oakland by Jack Tatum. That's that misdirect play.
Exactly, Kurt. We showed it in the pregame show. The misdirect. The off-back kick goes to his left. Zonka comes back, led by that big front. How would you like this coming at you?
Larry Zonka, that's his seasonal record. 3 years in a row over 1,000 yards. Morris is back in with Zonka now. 58 yards in the game and 10 carries for Zonka. Miami a first down on the Oakland 34. Miami's controlling the ball. Mercury Morris outside at the 30, 25, 23-yard line. Another first down for Miami. Willie Brown made the tackle. Let's check how many Mercury has so far. That's his seasonal. He was held out the last game, or he probably would have made 1,000 yards. Mercury Morris is 40 yards in 8 carries. Miami a first down on the Oakland 23-yard line. Miami ahead, 7-0. 3:45 to go in the first half. Zonka, 20, down to the 16. George Atkinson had to come up to stop him, helped by Villapiano. Once again, they're getting gaping holes.
That's right, the right side of the offensive line of the Miami Dolphins. We said they were good. We isolated on Larry Little in the opening, and he's proving to be good. There is the 46-year-older. You know, every time I look at 24 years of playing football, it staggers me.
He was playing when some of these rookies weren't even born. Second down, 3 to go. Miami on the Oakland 16. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Dolphins leading 7-0. Zonka, first down. He's at the 12-yard line of Oakland where Otis Fistrunk made the stop. Now, Paul Brown had that famous statement when he used to run Jimmy Brown 30, 35 times a game. When you have a big cannon, shoot it. And they're shooting Larry Zonka today.
This is a big cannon, a real big one. And by the way, that defensive front of the Oakland Raiders is not that overly big. You know, Tony Klein is 244, Sistrunk is 255, 260 Thomas. Not overly big.
Miami on the Oakland 12 with a first down. Mercury Morris. And he gets some tough yardage to the 7. Well, he's an amazing back. He can get it tough inside or make it look spectacular outside.
You're so right. And now what they're doing, Greasy, so beautifully. 2-minute warning coming up here, killing the clock, running it down.
Timeout. The 2-minute warning being given to John Madden and Don Shula. The score, Miami 7, Oakland nothing.
First he gets a new car, and I get the old one. Then he leaves his car in the garage, and mine sits outside. And now I have to give him a start. I know what I'd like to give him.
What, dear?
A die-hard of your very own. Dear.
The Sears Die Hard. Ask the woman who owns one. Sold only at Sears.
1970, the challenge was in Mexico, the Baja 1000. 1971, the brutal East African Safari. 1972, Greece and the Rally of the Acropolis. We challenged them all on passenger car tires. Sears steel-belted radials with radial design for road-gripping traction and 2 steel belts for strength and mileage. The Sears steel-belted radio, proven on some of the toughest roads in the world, only at Sears.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Bob Greasy. We pause briefly for station identification. And we're back again.
And we were looking at Bob Greasy talking with all that strategy. He's back on the field. They're running right down the middle. I haven't seen Greasy ever pull a bootleg, but what a beautiful play that is right here. They're jamming so much to the inside.
Miami's been running over the #1 defense in the American Conference against the run. Miami led the NFL in fewest points allowed. Oakland led the conference in total defense, rushing and passing. Larry Sonka, another, about a 4-yard gain for him. Tony Klein nipped him at the 3-yard line. Larry Sonka has 73 yards so far in the first half.
It needs something else. The right side of that line, Norm Evans has been outstanding, as has Larry Little.
Jim Kick is in there now. Morris is out. Marv Fleming and managed a double tight end setup in. Twillie's out. Miami's on the Oakland 3-yard line. 3rd down and a yard to go. Miami's ahead 7-0. 1:23 to play in the first half. Larry Sonka. They stop him at the 2. Now Maya Wilson, the little cornerback, 165 pounds, tackled 237-pound Larry Sonka. One of the few times Sonka's been stopped. We'll have an official's timeout with 1 and 3 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to bring the yard sticks on.
You know, Kurt, though Miami didn't have the total offensive year that they had last week, they went over 400 yards.
And they rushed against Cincinnati for 240 yards.
Fantastic.
Out of the way, boys. They're short by 6 inches. Now today, Minnesota against the Cowboys, Campbell. They're short by 6 inches. We were kidding both Don Shula and John Madden before the game about Bud Grant gambling. Larry Sonka, he's veered away to the 1. They should have it. They stopped the clock with 34 seconds remaining in the first half. First down. Bill Arnsparger says first down to Don Shula. Timeout, Don Shula says. Take the clock, take timeout. He wants to talk to Greasy. They have 3 timeouts left. And now they come in and ask for time. Here's the replay.
Ground level, right side of that line. The line barrels straight ahead. Zonka comes after them. Almost unstoppable. I don't know what's the best first half he's ever had, but this has got to be one of them.
Jim Kick was blocking ahead of him, and now Greasy takes the timeout. The Dolphins have 2 left. He comes to the sideline to talk to Shula. We'll take a timeout. And our score here in the Orange Bowl, Miami leading 7-0.
When Carol Maloney's stove caught fire, she was covered by Fireman's Fund homeowners insurance. When Norman Funk's car was stolen, he was covered by Fireman's Fund auto insurance. When Maceo Keeling was hurt at work, our workman's compensation covered him. In fact, this hat covers just about every business or personal need. And if it didn't, they wouldn't be laughing now. Fireman's Fund American, with agents in the yellow pages.
This is the newest line. As you can see, this plain paper copier lets you feed in originals continuously. And it doesn't keep you waiting around for your copies to appear either. At IBM, we think one of the most important things about a copier is how fast it actually lets you make copies. The Copier 2 from IBM.
There's Davey Shula with a clipboard. Don Shula has his son charting the game. Boy, he's more intense than his dad. First and goal to go. Miami's on the Oakland 1-yard line. Oh, woo-hoo-hoo. Jim Kick rammed up that time. Number 21. And how he's hit there by Horace Jones.
Right side of that line moved off very quickly. This is a good pop.
Wham, also, that's that Monty Johnson, too. Now, there's a young player. The Raiders are really high on Monty Johnson of Nebraska, just a rookie. And I wouldn't be surprised he might be a regular next year. He threw him back for a yard. The Dolphins have taken another timeout, Al. They have 1 more. The clock shows 27 seconds remaining in the first half. If you joined us late, we just want to give the scoring. Miami took the opening kickoff. In 8 plays, went 64 yards for a touchdown. Larry Sonka roaring 11 yards for the score, 9:47 remaining in the first period, and that's been it. That's Dan Connors, the veteran middle linebacker, coming back now for Oakland. It'll be second down, 2 yards to go for a Miami touchdown.
You know, Kurt, those who have played football understand what Monty Johnson just did. Ordinarily on that goal line, that front, the offensive front, kind of converges. They move to the middle and they charge straight ahead like a battleship moving across. All Monty Johnson did was to hit behind it. The interesting thing is that the Dolphins hit back to the left and they've been awesome to the right. We'll probably see them go right with the big man.
Miami's had this ball for 13 plays now. They've dominated all possession. They love to control the ball, and they have today, the way the Vikings did against the Cowboys. Second down, goal to go. Reese rolling out. Pass is incomplete. It went out of one Miami receiver's hands into the hands of Mandy. And that's an incomplete pass when it's touched by 2 offensive players.
This is the handheld camera, one of the interesting shots in football. It seems very confusing, but everybody has a responsibility. He fires.
Mandy. There's Little.
Almost looked like Little was there to catch it.
He did. That hits the ground. Had he caught it anyway, wouldn't have mattered. Fleming is out, and Howard Twilley is in. And now with 20 seconds to go, the clock has stopped in the first half. It is 3rd and 2 to go for a touchdown.
You know, Kurt, Larry Little was downfield. That's a lineman downfield. We didn't see that call.
No.
Pass play?
Well, I wonder if he went maybe after the ball was released on the rollout. That's an interesting point, though, Al. 3rd and 2 for a touchdown. And Larry Sonka gets it. Larry Sonka for the score. Well, he scored his 2nd touchdown of the game.
I'll tell you, he has a way of slanting his body. He knows where that goal line is. Jim Langer, never underestimate him. Larry Little, a quick trap on the goal line. That takes timing. That's perfection.
There's the offensive star. Mercury Morris congratulates him. Larry Sonka has gained 77 yards in the first half. His buddy, Jim Kick, gives him congratulations. They're almost inseparable. And now Yepremian will kick, holding Earl Morrill. 63-yard drive for Miami. Kick is good. It's been a Miami first half. They've had drives of 64 yards and 63 yards, mostly on the ground, as they've dominated the line of scrimmage. That Broadway magic is the theme of this year's 40th annual King Orange Jamboree Parade, hosted by Peter Marshall and Robert Morris. Enjoy this New Year's Eve spectacle tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central Time, right here on NBC. Charlie Smith and Clarence Davis will be deep. There's the Orange Bowl. And here on New Year's night, you'll see Penn State against LSU.
Just a point, Kurt, for the Oakland fans. Miami has been outstanding as a first-half team, 223. But in the second half this year, they've only gotten 120 points. Better in the first half.
The Yepremian's kick. Clock will not start till the ball is touched, and they down it for the touchback in the end zone. Larry Sonka's touchdown has tied an American Football Conference Championship game record for 2 touchdowns in a game. This is Larry Little limping a little bit. Miami came into the playoffs injured much more than they have in the last 2 years. So far, it hasn't seemed to make much difference, though.
No, Chula and Lawrence Barker just keeps moving them around. They seem to come up with a man.
Oakland ball on their 20-yard line. They run it in their own territory. 2 yards there for Clarence Davis. Clock is moving. Oakland will kill it out at their end of the field. 5 seconds. And they're going to start to the locker rooms. There's the end of the first half with the score. Miami 14, Oakland nothing. It's 14-0 halftime. Miami ahead of Oakland in the battle for the American Football Conference Championship. Very briefly, total yardage tells the story so far. Miami 172 yards, just 78 for Oakland, the number 1 offensive team in the American Conference. Before the game earlier, we went down in the field here in the Orange Bowl for a very special ceremony. Each year in America, you fans vote for the NFL Man of the Year, chosen on the basis of athletic ability and community achievement. In the winner's city goes a $20,000 scholarship fund, and in the other 25 NFL cities to the individual winners, a $1,000 scholarship fund. The contest is held in conjunction with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The winner this year is Kansas City Chief quarterback Lenny Dawson. And Lenny, over the years, I just want to add a personal note. In the many games I broadcast with you performing, I've always admired your longevity, your coolness, your leadership, your passing accuracy. And you're one of the best I've ever seen. But this is, to me, the finest award you've ever won. And to present the award, Kansas City Chief owner, the president of the American Football Conference, Mr. Lamar Hunt. Lamar?
Thank you, Kurt. First of all, this is a very special award, as you've mentioned, because it is voted by the football fans of America. And the award is a relatively new one, but I'd like to mention the previous winners, who have been Johnny Unitas, John Hadle, and Willie Lanier the past 3 years. I think this year's winner obviously does further credit to the award. For the past 12 years, it's been my privilege as a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs to watch this man on the football field, and his performances have truly been outstanding, so much so that today he is rated as the top passing quarterback in professional football history. In the community of Kansas City, he has been associated with many, many worthwhile causes. And Lynn, it's my great privilege to present to you the Gladiator Trophy, which is symbolic of your selection as the NFL Man of the Year.
Lamar, thank you very much. And indeed, Kurt and Lamar, this is a tremendous honor for me, because what it exemplifies. And it's just gratifying to know that what you do, not only on the field but off the field, is perhaps the right way to go. And I would like to thank all the fans in the country, particularly the people in Kansas City, who think so much of this particular award because of what it will do for youngsters coming out of high school, that they have selected me. Thank you very much.
Don't try to lift it. All right, here at halftime, it's 14-0. The defending world champs, the Miami Dolphins, out in front of Oakland. Minnesota defeated Dallas today, 27-10. And they're standing by waiting to see who they're going to play in the Super Bowl on January 13th. Right now, let's have an NBC Sports Update with Tim Ryan.
Well, thank you, Kurt. And as you all know by now, at halftime here, it's 14-0 for Miami over the Oakland Raiders in this AFC Championship game. And more football coverage coming up New Year's Day on NBC. The Rose Bowl at 4:30 Eastern Time with Ohio State against USC in a rematch of last year's game. That'll be followed at 7:45 by the Orange Bowl right here in Miami, which will feature Penn State against the LSU Tigers. And, of course, John Cappelletti, the Heisman Trophy winner, will be in that game. Friday, January 4th, hockey returns to NBC. 15 regular season games followed by the Stanley Cup Championship Series. And there'll be several new and exciting intermission features also shown during our NBC coverage of NHL hockey right here on NBC.
Hockey, NHL style. The fastest and roughest game in the world. NBC Sports will present 15 regular season games, plus Stanley Cup action. But NBC's coverage doesn't stop there. Between periods, you'll see the excitement of Showdown, one-on-one hockey between 20 of the greatest hockey players in the world, playing for over $75,000 in prize money. Is it a goal or a save? Find out when Showdown premieres Friday, January 4th. Showdown is for the big boys, and Ted Lindsay's mini clinic is for the smaller ones of all ages.
Bruce, you know not to go in there unless you're going to get that puck for sure. Get yourself caught. You know that.
Yeah.
The participants on the ice and the viewers at home will both get the opportunity to learn the game of hockey directly from one of hockey's greatest players. Between periods, you'll also meet Peter Puck. Who else could you learn the basics of hockey from better?
Howdy, fans. Peter Puck here to lay some facts on you about hockey, the world's fastest team sport. During the game, would you believe, I travel around this rink at speeds over 100 miles an hour.
Peter Puck, just one of the innovative ideas NBC Sports has in store for you when NHL hockey returns on Friday, January 4th, with one of hockey's traditional rivalries, the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers. There'll be plenty of action, and NBC Sports has it all.
Returning to football coverage this January on NBC, Saturday, January 12th from Mobile, Alabama, the Senior Bowl game featuring the top college seniors in the country. That's a 1 o'clock start Eastern Time. And then Sunday, January 20th, the Pro Bowl game from Kansas City at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Well, earlier today, the Minnesota Vikings advanced to the Super Bowl with their victory 27-10 over the Dallas Cowboys. And we've got some highlights from that game. Let's take a look at this early action in the third period. The Vikings leading at 10-0. A long pass from Roger Staubach is intercepted by Bobby Bryant, ending a Dallas drive right near that Viking goal line, the first of 2 interceptions by Bryant in the game. And then on the following series, the punt by Mike Eyeshide, driving back Golden Richards to his own 38, and watch him take it down the sideline, as this got the Cowboys back into the game to make it 10-7. Fran Tarkenton brought the Vikings right back, however, and it helped to take a little of the spirit out of the Cowboys. On the next series, he hit John Gilliam, number 42, behind Mel Renfro, that opened the score to 17-7. Tony Frisch's field goal cut the margin to 17-10. But then Bobby Bryant again, perfectly timing that interception, again wide open down the sideline, 65 yards to make it 24-10. Fred Cox's second field goal from 34 yards moved it out to 27-10. The game featured 9 turnovers in the second half alone. The Cowboys certainly missed Calvin Hill on the sidelines with that dislocated elbow. The Vikings simply too much, and they advanced to the Super Bowl against the winner of today's game. And we'll be returning with Curt Gowdy and Al DeRogatis right after station identification.
See the Orange Bowl Parade tomorrow night at 9, 8 Central Time on NBC.
This American Football Conference Championship game is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth, featuring the beautiful new 1974 Chryslers and Plymouth. By Sears Tire and Auto Centers, home of the Die-Hard battery and the Sears steel-belted radial tire. And by Amico Oil, who urges you to conserve this country's energy. Well, this is the University of Wisconsin lacrosse band. We just have a brief time for them. They've done a good job here at halftime, and a hand for them by the sellout crowd.
1973 version of the Flip Chiefs. the marching chiefs of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
The American Conference Championship game will continue with the second half kickoff here at the Orange Bowl. The score, Miami 14, Oakland nothing.
Injector shavers, the best shave of your life is just ahead. Introducing Track 2 twin injector blades. Twin blades that fit your injector razor. Now you can get twin blade closeness and safety. As the first edge shaves, it lifts the whiskers so the second edge can shave it again. With closeness and safety never possible from injector shaving until Track 2 twin injector blades. New from Gillette. For the best injector shave of your life.
The girls are working out for the game of the year, waiting on the car that was bringing the gear. Plymouth Duster, 74. You can get yourself this flip-down seat that holds equipment nice and neat in a carpeted locker room 6.5 feet long. And you can get this roof opens easy, too. Cranks right shut when you don't like the view. 74 Plymouth Duster. A lot of car for the money again.
4 of college football's finest teams will swing into action New Year's Day on NBC. First, undefeated Ohio State meets once-beaten USC in the Rose Bowl. Powerful Ohio State is led offensively by running back Archie Griffin and defensively by linebacker Randy Gradishar. While USC must find a way to stop these two, Ohio State must concentrate on USC's 2 great offensive threats, running back Anthony Davis and wide receiver Lynn Swann. Then, immediately following the Rose Bowl, NBC Sports moves to Miami for the Orange Bowl game, where the Tigers from LSU battle undefeated Penn State. Penn State features a powerful defense and a host of offensive stars led by Heisman Trophy winner John Capoletti. A true test for the underdog, but always explosive LSU Tigers. There'll be plenty of Rose Bowl and Orange Bowl action, and NBC Sports has it all.
And Al will now be leaving back to Pasadena tomorrow again. We've got a busy day tomorrow. That kickoff luncheon at Kiwanis Club in Pasadena, Al.
You have, Kurt. You've got a particularly busy day. Now, you've covered some pretty good events in your time. You've got the Rose Bowl coming up. But tell me about this L.A. Philharmonic, Beethoven's Fifth. Kurt Gowdy doing a sportscast. Partner, can you handle it?
That's my sport.
Oh.
Beethoven's Fifth. Right. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to do a sportscast there with the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra. Instant replays and everything. Arranged by Jay Heifetz. All right, here's the ball control monitor. 33 plays. The official score says it's 34 for Miami, 18 for Oakland. Look at the time. Miami double possession time. Sonka, the leading ball carrier, 77 yards. Hubbard has 40 for Oakland. And I can't imagine Oakland with only 15 yards passing in one half. That's all they have. 2 out of 5 for Stabler. Greasy 2 out of 5. And now we'll see if Oakland can come back.
Never undersell the Raiders. They're fighters. They're scrappers. They didn't get here by luck. They're a tough football team.
That's right. Charlie Smith and Clarence Davis are deep to receive Yepremian's kick. Starting to get dark here in Miami. The lights are on. Yepremian boots it. And it is taken there by Charlie Smith on the 10. He's out to the 20 to the 23-yard line. And he's hit by Bob Matheson. And Larry Ball, number 51.
He's 6'6". He's going to be some kind of linebacker. We thought you might like this look. Good stride, lean, tall. That's good position. He wasn't stopping. The trick was not to lose his zone, force any play to the inside. Every man has a zone going downfield, and sometimes, as you see there, it gets a little unfriendly.
First down, Oakland, now on their 23. Marv Hubbard rams to his 26. And he's met by Nick Bonacani, who led the Dolphins in tackles this year with 91, and by Manny Fernandez, number 75.
The bread and butter for the Oakland Raiders is running to the left. That Art Shell, Gene Upshaw. We haven't seen it. The Dolphins defense is taking it away. They're moving men to that side, forcing the Raiders to do the thing that probably they least like to do.
Bill Stanfield is back in the game at right end. Bob Hines leaves the field. Matheson's in there in the 53. Stabler on a rollout. being chased, throws the ball, completes it to Charlie Smith for a first down at the Oakland 36-yard line. Bonacani and Scott nail him. First down, Oakland. That gives them 5 first downs. Miami has 14.
One thing both teams know, it's how you open that second half and how well you do that really determines. Right now, Miami knows its job. Without a doubt, the Raiders know their job. They've got to get a drive going.
Bob Greasy wants to be ready when the Dolphins have the ball back. Jim Otto over that ball, 14 years. He's never missed a game. Stabler, they're going to open up now. And he overshoots his receiver, the tight end, Bob Moore. Dropping back on the zone to cover was Bonacani. Coming up from the safety spot with Anderson. Very seldom do you see Stabler off target like that. He might have had a reason.
And I think the reason was Bonacani, not throwing right into that zone. Now he saw Nick drop, however. He may try a similar thing. He may try a draw. The man head up on the center, if they play that odd Manny Fernandez, he's worth watching. He should be looking for something right at him.
Jim Otto over the ball, playing in his 197th consecutive game. Stabler out to the sideline. Flag is down. Doug Swift, the linebacker. And we have number 78. That is the left tackle, Art Shell, shaken up, but we have a flag drop. And let's see what this is about. Shell limping. We've had very few penalties. Back in the first half, Oakland penalized twice for 20 yards, Miami once for 5 yards. The Dolphins were the least penalized. This is a personal foul. Personal foul against Miami. Art Shell is limping off. Miami was the least penalized team in pro football this year. The Minnesota Vikings led their conference, the fewest number of penalty and yardage. 15-yard penalty. Larry Saka, who's been the offensive star of the game with his running mate, Mercury Morris. This puts Oakland now on the 42-yard line of Miami. And they're working on Art Shell. This could be a blow to the Raiders when they come back to the left side. Seiler's gone in now. Number 65 at left tackle. And they have to adjust the running game. Marv Hubbard, 40, 35, and Hubbard spills forward to the 32-yard line where Bob Matheson took him.
That's the kind of burst that this team does so extremely well. The Raiders off the ball. Hubbard comes up there, veering to the outside. He does it so well. The left side, that's Bob Moore sticking Doug Swift. Excellent game.
3 first downs in a row for the Oakland Raiders. 7 altogether. Penalty was on Doug Swift for a personal foul.
That was Paul Seiler, by the way, number 65, who is in there now at left tackle.
Ken Stabler, 4 out of 8. The Raiders starting to open up. Charlie Smith cutting back at the 30. Reaches the 28, and that's all. Vern Den Herder sets him down the left end. Helped by Mike Colin, the right linebacker, number 57.
Moving to the outside. This is going to be coming right at you. Good blocking. Munford comes up real well. That's Hubbard. That's Mumford. That's Beeler pulling out on him. Had him a little bit outmanned. Took him right off the ground. Excellent cutback by Charlie Smith. The Raiders are moving.
Ken Stabler, who also was born on Christmas Day. He was 28 years old last Christmas. 2nd and 6. Charlie Smith cutting off tackle to the 24 and just tripped up there by Stanfill. Otherwise, Smith was going for that open sideline and heading for the end zone.
The Miami Dolphins, like most outstanding defensive teams, tried to keep you to the inside. The defensive end moves across. The linebackers forcing generally to the outside. The cornerback coming up. Now on the last couple of plays, they've been going left, away from Doug Swift's side, more at Mike Colin's side.
3rd down, 2 for Oakland. 14-0. Miami ahead. Oakland had the drive. Stabler's going to throw. And a pass is complete to the 20-yard line. Catching the ball is Marv Hubbard. That's the second pass he's caught. Doug Swift tackled him there at the Oakland first down. Oakland on the Miami 20. 4 first downs in succession for the Raiders.
Look at the time also that Kenny Stabler is now getting. Okay, he gets his first down again. He's been doing well on 1st and 10. He's been going, as we said, to the left. Stanfield was hurt, 84. Behind him, Mike Kohler.
First down, Oakland on the Miami 20. Charlie Smith streaking outside. 15, and is swirled out of bounds on the 14-yard line by Curtis Johnson, the right cornerback. It's a 6-yard gain. It'll be second down 4. In the second period, Oakland had the ball only 8 plays. Their deepest penetration was to the Miami 33. John Madden yelling out some instructions. Oakland's coming out here with a poise that a team must do. That's Bob Brown kneeling there on the sideline. Hines is out, Matheson is in. Second down 4 for the Raiders. And they get nothing on that one. Charlie Smith dropped on the 14 by Stanfield and Bonacani. Bonacani, number 85.
Stabler is one of the outstanding play-action quarterbacks also. He hit Marvin Hubbard once already or several times in the past, obviously, always short. That quick handoff, Kurt, may possibly have tried to hold the linebackers inside and maybe try to swing his back to the outside.
3rd and 4. Oakland on the Miami 14-yard line. Pass play. It is off the hand of Fred Biletnikoff, who usually has glue on his hands. Very seldom do you see a ball come to Biletnikoff and he drop it. Went right through his hands. And now the field goal team is coming on. 4th and 4.
Let's see it again. Stabler can throw strikes. He's getting good time. Fires perfect. How rare this is.
I can't ever remember Biletnikoff dropping a ball right to him like that when he was open.
You know, last week I shook hands with Mercury Morris after the game, and all over his hand was stickum, and I'm sure Biletnikoff wears it also, but that didn't look like it there.
21-yard field goal attempt by George Blandis. Stabler will set it down, and the kick is up, the kick is good, and Oakland has scored for the first time. So the Raiders had quite a drive then, and now it is Miami 14 and Oakland 3.
Freedom. Financial freedom. Freedom to live the way you want. Freedom to educate your children the way you want. Freedom to retire the way you want. Financial freedom, it doesn't come easy. But you don't have to go it alone. Merrill Lynch has 29 ways to help you fight for it. Merrill Lynch wants to help you fight for your financial freedom.
Kawasaki lets the good times roll. Kawasaki lets the good times roll. Get aboard, get away, and you're gonna say, let the good times roll. Kawasaki lets the good times roll. Kawasaki lets the good times roll.
Oakland had a 63-yard drive before it was stymied. Then the field goal by Blanda. The kickoff by Ray Guy to either Mercury Morris or Charlie Lee. A high kick, not too deep. Coming up to the 20 is Lee. Breaking away at the 30. He's at the 40, 50, and down on the 42-yard line of Oakland. Charlie Lee.
Ray Guy has not been getting those kickoffs deep. The champion has a way of coming back. And this one almost came all the way back. George Atkinson pursuing from the outside. Cutting off the angle. Actually outrunning Mercury, forcing him back to the inside. Ray Guy makes the tackle with Villapiana.
52-yard return by that man, Charlie Lee. Ray Guy just kicked it off and tackled him. Now Miami has the ball on the Oakland 43. Jim Kicks in the backfield. Sonka has the ball, and he bulls his way to the 39 of the Oakland Raiders. A 4-yard advance, 2nd and 6. Otis Sistrunk brought him down. The Dolphins have been exceptional the last 2 years on their specialty teams. Not only covering kicks, but returning kicks.
They work at it, and they work at it awfully hard. You can see the discipline there, Kurt.
Lee had averaged 28 yards a kickoff return this season. He just racked that one up for 52. 14-3, Miami ahead. They had the ball on the Oakland 39. Jim Kick to the 36 of Oakland. 84 is Tony Klein, and Dan Connors is 55 to the stopping.
Linebackers are good. Gerald Irons has been playing regularly. He's moving to that hole. Actually, Langer could not get through. He kind of stumbled coming through. You see a little lead into play. Gerald Irons moves to the ball with Villapiano helping out. Phil is having an excellent day.
3rd and 3. Miami on the Oakland 36. Miami ahead 14-3. Oakland had just scored to open the second half. No flags are dropped. Short pass to Jim Kick, and they take him out. He's short of a first down. You saw 2 Raiders jump and then get back. That's all right as long as they don't touch anyone. Watch him jump now. That's all right, see. If he touches somebody, though, it's encroachment. Now that's Jones jumping and getting back.
You know,
They're just ready to fire. They're on it now.
The amazing discipline there is that the offensive line didn't move, and there's such a great tendency when someone moves to pull you off.
4th and 2, Yepremian will try a field goal. Yepremian has kicked 25 out of 37. He has hit 5 out of 9 between the 40 and 49. This one's up. It's good. Garo Yepremian, the Cypress tie maker, has added 3 more points to Miami. And now here in the Orange Bowl, it's Miami 17, Oakland 3.
In years gone by, folks depended on the man who ran the general store. Whatever you wanted, from a licorice stick to a horse collar to a Sunday go-to-meeting bonnet, he was the man who had it. And it's that way today with your Amoco dealer. When it comes to your car, he's the man who has it. For instance, he likely carries famous Atlas and Amoco tires. The prices are good, and so is the quality. And it's good to know if something should ever go wrong, any Amoco dealer will help make it right. He's got a full line of quality Amoco motor oils, too, and dependable Atlas batteries backed by Amoco oil. And Amoco is the only oil company with a full-service motor club, the Amoco Motor Club. Amoco means more than quality gasoline, like they say. You expect more from Amoco, and you get it.
Senior Bowl, January 12th, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. They've cooked up some special rules for that game, which should be interesting. 35 players in last year's game made the NFL, and it's on NBC. NBC Sports, #1 in live coverage of major sports events all year round. Clarence Davis, Charlie Smith deep. We have 7:27 to go in the 3rd period as Yepremian will kick it away. Another high boomer. And Davis is going to run it out. It's out to the 20, and down he goes in the 21-yard line. That's Mumford and Larry Ball down the field.
There's a lot of excitement at the front end of the wedge. The wedge forms, waiting to see whether or not the man who receives the football is going to yell go and take it back and pull it in. The wedge will form. That's Pete Banaszak, John Vella at the base of the wedge. Skip Thomas here. That's popping.
All right, the Raiders first down on their 21. They're trailing by 14 points. They'll really have to go to work and open. Stabler, Charlie Smith, and he's to his 27-yard line. Stabler's 5 out of 10 for just 34 yards in the game. The Dolphins are famous for holding you to the short ones. or holding it at nothing sometimes. They allowed the fewest points in the NFL this year.
This, Kurt, might be one of the weaknesses. We know that Ciani has some speed. He doesn't have that brilliant speed. Bolitnikov lacks it. The inability of the Oakland Raiders to go deep.
Dolphins have their 53 defense in now. Matheson playing right in. Stabler passing complete to Bolitnikov. And he's down on his 34-yard line, but he has a first down. Jake Scott nailed him. Fred Bolitnikov catches his first pass of the game. He caught this year 45, 48.
Here he is alone, Kurt, making a simple fake. He sees his man in trouble, moved to the outside nicely. Scott always there.
You know, he comes back to the ball about as well as anyone, Bolitnikov, to help that quarterback out.
He really does, and we're seeing more and more of it, especially against the zone.
First down, Oakland on their 34-yard line. They're racking up first downs in this period. All they have to show is a field goal so far. Ciani in motion. Clarence Davis with the ball. And he's to his 40-yard line where Jake Scott, the safety man, hits him again. Number 13, Scott voted the most valuable player of the Super Bowl last year.
Marv Hubbard was leading that play. Nick Buoniconti was closing well. As Nick goes to the hole, you notice no one's getting to him. He's behind the man. You're going to see Hubbard come into the picture. That's Marv. That's a good block. That's what the man without the ball is supposed to do, block.
Scott wobbles off the field. Charlie Babb replaces him at safety. Babb will be 49, and Scott is being helped to the bench. Stabler lets it go, and he hits his man on the 46 of Oakland for a first down. Buoniconti and Mike Colin take Bob Moore, the tight end. There's Jake Scott being attended to. You see why we call Stabler a dart thrower. He just waits and waits, and suddenly, peek,
Gets pretty good time, too.
Yeah, he gets good time, but he really zips it.
Well, he shows tremendous poise. That's what I thought we saw so outstanding about him last week. He's there, he looks, he knows exactly what that defense is doing.
Oakland has outplayed Miami here in the third period. Pete Banaszak's in the backfield now. Stabler's pass. Fumble. Now they call it incomplete. Incomplete pass. Mike Colin picked it up, but they said the player, Clarence Davis, did not have possession or control, and he didn't. That was a correct call. Dick Anderson hit him.
Oh, does he come up, Dick Anderson? He read it all the way. That's Bob Matheson charging. Kurt, I could argue that one.
I don't know. You may be right, Al. He carried the ball a step or two.
Right. Mark one up for the crowd.
The rule is that the player must do things common to the act of football. And he turned, he had the ball. Second down, 10. Miami fans don't like the call. Stabler now, 7 out of 13. Stansville there on Stabler. Stabler unloads the ball to Ciani. Ciani's at the 50 and out of bounds in Miami territory. Charlie Babb pushed him out. Stabler very adroit at escaping the pass rush.
And Mike Ciani very adroit at coming back to the ball. He saw his quarterback in trouble. That's Fernandez coming up the middle. The outside rush is there. Now Ciani will come right back at you. He moves so well. Mike Ciani.
Mike Ciani, drafted in high school as a baseball shortstop by the Yankees, then in college by the Los Angeles Dodgers. They want to see the doctor is making Scott count, testing his eyes, his reflexes. He must have had his bell rung down there when he made a tackle. 3rd and 2, they're going to pass for it. Uh-oh, there's interference. Interference on Nick Buoniconti, who reached over the shoulder of Pete Banasak and interfered with him, an automatic first down on the Miami 41. Buoniconti watching the signal for the penalty being given.
You ought to get a good view of this. This is from the end zone. That's Beeler blocking, Upshaw's blocking, Otto's blocking, plenty of time. Here comes Nick over the top. Quick Nick.
Jake Scott's back in the game. Bob Matheson is in. And the 53 defense of the right tackle, Bob Hines, goes out. First down, Oakland on the Miami 40. Where Miami controlled the ball in the first half, Oakland is controlling the third period. 17-3, Miami. Saber, deep bomb, way down there. Ew, it's no good. Curtis Johnson broke it up to Cliff Branch. He was open momentarily. Ball might have been thrown a little bit too high and gave Johnson a chance to recoup and get back.
Curtis Johnson was beaten, and then Curtis Johnson proceeded to outrun the football. He's getting plenty of time. That's the speed they like.
Well, that ball was dropped more than anything,
Yeah,
Al.
that's right.
Over there in that corner here in the twilight, that's two balls that the Raiders have dropped here in this third period. They're not having a good day with their hands. 3rd down and 10. Oakland on the Miami 40. Stabler, pass, complete to the 30 of Miami. 1st down. Mike Ciani coming across. Very durable player, has not missed the game in 2 years. He can out-jump and out-fight many defenders for the ball. He's big.
We've gotten a lesson over the last few weeks by Kenny Stabler, throwing beneath the zone, and he does it so well. Another thing to keep in mind is he can run the football. Again, he has time. He moves, he reads the defense, he fires under the zone. Mike Colon closing, Dick Anderson.
Kenny Stabler going to work in the Dolphins now. He's red hot here in the third period. 1st downs are about even. Miami's ahead 17-3. Pete Banaszak to the 25-yard line. We've had 2 ball games. First half won by Miami. This one's tied in the score 3-3, but Oakland has dominated.
Right now, the no-name defense is a little bit at stake. Their reputation, frankly, they're being moved on. They cannot get to the passer, and this young man is picking them apart. Running left well, throwing short well.
You know, Al, Oakland's quarterbacks were sacked 45 times this year. 3rd worst in the league. Today, they haven't even touched Stabler. Look at that protection. Here's wide open. Touchdown, Ciani. Mike Ciani wide open for the score. Dick Anderson got mixed up. They got mixed up on the coverage. You could have caught that ball.
Let's see it again. Time is the name of the game. You give a quarterback time, they beat anyone. There was no doubt about this. The man from Villanova on his knees. Another angle, Kurt.
Watch, here he comes now. That's Mumford going. See, Anderson loses him on the exchange. It's almost like 2 basketball players that forget to switch on a screenplay. And Ciani just broke in between him as they scissored. The pass nearly was thrown too low. So the Raiders kicks the point. Been all Oakland here in the third quarter as they start to come back. We've got something going. Miami 17, Oakland 10.
These are the California vineyards, and these are the grapes of Ernest and Julio Gallo. Fine premium grapes, the tender white and lusty red. Now married with all the skill of great winemaking to give you delicate rosé and crisp Chablis. It's more than a rosé. It's Gallo Pink Chablis. Enjoy its light and very special taste. Pink Chablis, the premium wine from Gallo.
That date with Cheney. Your first big interview. The class reunion. Funny, seems like those times when you really wanted a good close shave, your old double-edged razor gave you a nick or cut. We understand. That's why we made the Wilkinson Bonded. An edge of incredible keenness is locked in a unique protective shaving head. The Bonded blade shaves you closer. The head helps protect you from nicks and cuts. The Wilkinson Bonded. A closer shave doesn't have to hurt.
A human interest story. Number 3, Darryl LaMonica took these Raiders time after time to championship. Now he's been dislodged by Ken Stabler, number 12, who waited 4 years for his shot. Came in 69, a knee operation, then left camp because of personal trouble. Finally he's made it, and he right now has been tremendous in this third period. The kick is to Mercury Morris. Mercury's out to the 10, to the 20. Now he's running backwards, and he's buried, and now the Raiders have the momentum. And down there is Gary Weaver to cover the kickoff.
Kurt, we talk about champions. Okay, the Miami Dolphins going for an unprecedented third time in the Super Bowl and a third championship. And here they are, 228. They are threatened. The momentum has gone the other way. Maybe the most important drive of the year right now starting for the Dolphins.
That Oakland drive was 79 yards in 10 plays. Oakland's had the ball about 90% of the time in this period. Mercury Morris, they gang up on him on the 21 of Miami. 3-yard gain, second down 7. Bill Villapiano stopped him. By the way, NBC's 3 Alaskan affiliates, live coverage today. And also live coverage for the first time in the Rose Bowl and Orange Bowl. Well, my sister can watch it up in Anchorage, Alaska. I'll be watching right now. 2:15 to go in the third period. A Raider is injured.
Nice to have Curt Gowdy Jr. with us. Last week they didn't get you any food in the booth, so you had your own man coming.
Second down 7 coming up. Let's talk about Stabler and the Raiders here, Al. 63-yard drive. The opening of the third period, it was stopped, and then Oakland kicked the field goal. Now they've come back with a 79-yard drive, and they've gone to the air to do it. They're starting to open up and stretch Miami's zone.
Well, you know how we felt about this man right along. We saw him against Kansas City come in kind of a desperate situation, and from that point on, he's really delivered. Looks like Nehemiah Wilson. We're talking about his size. Number 48, 9-year veteran, Grambling. Is it Nehemiah? Yeah.
In the first half, Miami had the ball double the amount of Oakland. They had a 20 minutes to 10 minutes for Oakland. Listen to this. In the third period, Oakland's had the ball 10 minutes, Miami 2 minutes.
All right, the sixth man ordinarily, or rather the fifth man ordinarily in the backfield, Skip Thomas is over there, number 26.
He's a good one, too, a second-year man from USC. He thinks he should be playing. Second down 7 for Miami, under 21. There he is, filling out Mercury Morris to the 33-yard line. Upended finally by Art Tom to tackle, and Kuchenberg was blocking for Mercury.
There's great blocking. There's great hitting. The defense is moving across. You're looking at Skip Thomas over there. That's the pop. Offside. Nothing to do with the play, right? And Howard Twilley, the young man from Tulsa, just keeps popping.
That's what they call the bump and run.
Bumping the other way.
Right. First down. Miami from their 33. Salka's at the 35 to the 40. Salka's getting close to 100 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. 7-yard pickup. Second down 3.
As Curt, needless to say, the best defense really today that the Miami Dolphins have had is their offense. They're moving the ball. They're keeping it away from Oakland.
Larry Salka now has carried for 88 yards. They spotted him down in the 39. Second and 4. 40 seconds to go in the third period. 17-10, Miami. Mercury Morris. And he stopped short of a first down. Bill Villapiano again. Gerald Irons. Jim Kicks coming into the backfield. The other tight ends moving into the game. Marv Fleming. That's Twilley and Morris going out. Now it is third down. A yard to go. The gun will go off here before they move up to the ball. They'll change goals. There it is. That's the end of the third period here in the Orange Bowl. And our score now is Miami 17, Oakland 10.
Your plane is leaving in 15 minutes. You're returning your rent-a-car. You need a copy of the rental agreement for your expense report. You're tense. Now what?
Relax. Once you use the Wizard of Avis, no one is equipped to have your rental agreement printed out and back to you faster. The Wizard of Avis, so you can be on your way faster. Get a Wizard number. It's free.
Hey, you're up early this morning. Chances are you never think about your underwear.
Think about it. 100% cotton underwear keeps you cool and comfortable.
Where's your shirt, Daddy?
Because 100% cotton is natural. It breathes. Cotton, the underwear fiber. It keeps you fresh and comfortable all day long.
Hey, Daddy, look at me.
Hey, look at my big guy.
Cotton, it's a natural wonder.
I'm Willie Lanier of the Kansas City Chiefs. Every player hopes that someday he'll be part of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I know I do. But there's something here for everyone, young and old, male and female. The enshrinement area, great movies, treasured relics of the past. Why don't you plan a visit next time you're in the area? The Pro Football Hall of Fame is located in Canton, Ohio, right off Interstate 77. 77. Wasn't that Red Grange's number?
Preceding announcement made on behalf of the National Football League. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network. CURT, GOWDY, Al DeROGATIS, the fourth period, the American Football Conference Championship. Ben Davidson used to be a defensive star end with a mustache, no longer. 3rd and 1 to go, Miami. First down, Larry Sonka. Goes to the 48-yard line of Oakland. And that play carried 10 yards. He's about 2 yards short of 100 yards now.
All right, we talk about middle linebackers overreacting. Connors goes left. Little comes through and pops. Zonka behind him. What a hole, what execution. Another angle.
And let's watch Sonka here, Al. At the end of this play, he has 98 yards. Big day for him, 2 touchdowns. First down for the Dolphins. They're being threatened here in the second half after having the first half all their way. Sonka outside, and he doesn't go much that time. That's Filippiano again. 3rd-year linebacker, number 2 draft pick in 71 from Bowling Green. And he has just been a stick out today here in the Orange Bowl. No gain. 2nd down, 10. To stop Miami, it's very important to stop him on first down. That's Nehemiah Wilson testing a knee or a leg. Now they're trying to test him against resistance. And he doesn't look like he's ready to get right back in there. 2nd down, 10. Miami ahead, 17-10. Minnesota standing by to see who they're going to play in the Super Bowl. They beat the Cowboys, 27-10 today. Draw play to Sonka. He's tripped up at the 45-yard line of Oakland. Just a 3-yard advance. It'll be 3rd and 7. And that's Otis Sistrunk.
And on the far side of the field, we continue to watch the battle between Willie Brown and Paul Warfield. It is now a one-on-one situation. 3rd, fairly long. Do you go after Willie Brown? It could be a mistake.
Bubba Smith's moved in there now. He's got it defensive left end. They want him to put on 15 pounds for next year. Don Nottingham's in now, and Jim Kick's in. Nottingham has replaced Larry Sonka. Morris and Sonka are out. This is the 3rd and 7. Backs are out. Greasy runs up the middle. That was a conceived play. That was really a quarterback draw play. That was a conceived quarterback draw play.
Exactly right, Kurt. Boy, I'll tell you, and they executed it perfectly. Kuchenberg came to his left. Look at Langer. What a block. That is beautiful. That is the quarterback draw. You know, the champion has it in the clutch, and right now they're playing like champions. They're threatening and they're coming.
They had a special play. Nottingham goes out. Sonka's in now. You saw the cross blocking up front. Larry Little's out, and Irv Goody's gone in. First down, Miami on the Oakland 28. Larry Sonka goes to the 18-yard line. Unstoppable today. Jack Tatum hit him. Sonka, left arm seems to be bothering Mel.
Yeah, Zonka alone. It's his left arm bothering him. It looked like he hit his toe. A battering ram. Boy, has he been a find, and what great runners have come out of Syracuse.
And you know, they worried about him. When he first came into pro football, he had severe headaches. And they had to devise special helmets, and they thought maybe he couldn't go on. But he's giving the headaches to the other boys now. Second down and inches. Greasy may throw here. No, the runner. They have a first. Uh-oh, they lost the ball. And it's recovered by Miami. There's Villapiano again down at the bottom of the pile. But Mercury Morris came up with it. Miami nearly fumbled it away.
This is kind of rare to see Zonka do that. You saw it being punched right out of his arm.
Now they have a 3rd and 3. Nehemiah Wilson has a sprained knee. They don't think he'll be back in the game. Jim kicks in the backfield now, along with Zonka. 3rd and 3. 10.5 to go in the game. 17-10 Miami. Zonka. I don't believe he has it. Larry Zonka stopped. And the field goal team's coming on for Miami now. Gerald Irons made the tackle. Here's your premium. He'll try and kick a field goal, which would force the Raiders into a touchdown and a field goal to tie, and 2 touchdowns to go out in front. Earl Morrow will hold. Well, that fumble cost the Dolphins. It looked like they were on their way to another touchdown. Garo Yepremian will kick a 26-yard field goal, or try to. And his kick is up, and the kick is good. Yepremian's hit one over 40 today, and this one is 26. So the Dolphins come right back after they had been routed in the 3rd period. And now it is Miami 20 and Oakland 10.
New tires must meet U.S. government safety standards. These tires are doing just that. Only these tires aren't exactly new. They're the same set of Sears steel-belted radials that ran the back roads of Morocco. And after Morocco, this same set of tires ran American roads. Ran a total of 72,400 miles. After all that punishment and all those miles, the tires still look remarkably good. To prove how good they really are, we're testing them against the safety standards new tires must meet. And these Sears steel-belted radials not only meet those standards, they exceed every one. That's something to think about the next time you buy a new set of tires. Radial design, 2 steel belts. The Sears steel-belted radial, only at Sears.
Happiness is New Year's Day on NBC when John Davidson, Ed McMahon, and Miss America host the 85th Annual Tournament of Roses Parade. Following the Rose Parade at 1:45 Eastern Time, Rose Bowl preview, the linebackers with Ross Porter. All right here on NBC. Clarence Davis, Charlie Smith deep. High kick. Fumble. They're in trouble. And he gets it out, he's dropped on the 11-yard line. Davis stopped by Don Nottingham, number 36. Well, the Dolphins just went 61 yards before they were stopped in 12 plays. Now they have Oakland pinned back deep. That's Bob Brown, the massive all-pro tackle who is ailing with a bad knee and was deactivated for this championship game. Ben Davidson used to play defensive end. But more important, let's get back to the game here as the Raiders come up on their 12-yard line with a first down. Kenny Stabler fires a screen pass. Smith runs it to the 20, skips away to the 25. He's out of bounds, and he has a first down. Dick Anderson made the tackle.
Just a perfect call. Great call. This is Stabler. Now, the blocking up front is so important. They didn't expect it. 2 men break out in front. Beeler, Upshaw, Smith. Dick Anderson making the tackle.
Kenny Stabler now is 11 out of 18 in the second half, he's 9 for 13. 9 out of 13. He is Mr. Efficiency. And he hits another one, a short one to the 30-yard line to his tight end, Bob Moore. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. Dick Anderson right on Bob Moore.
Here's Anderson. We think he's one of the outstanding ones. He's proven it this year, led the league in interceptions, makes the pop. Actually, Kurt, playing deep now is Jake Scott. He is kind of the center fielder, looking for the deep pass. Soon, Stabler is going to have to go up top. He must score quickly.
20-10 Miami. 8:45 to play. Draw play to Hubbard. He runs right in to 3 white-shirted Dolphins. Bob Matheson was there, 53.
The man from Duke University, number 53, and has he been a valuable weapon? They named the defense after him. He plays off of Charlie Smith, makes a fine tackle.
3rd and 4. Clock moving. Getting desperate now for the Raiders. 8:15 to go. Now Matheson lines up as a right end. Stabler's pass. Charlie Smith catches the ball on his 36. But I believe he's short of a first down. Mike Tolan hit him. Now what do? You're behind by 10. The clock's moving against you. Oh, they call it a first down. They're not even going to measure. They're all right. They're all right as they look to the far sideline.
He's been interesting on first down calls. He's tried just about everything. Keep your eye again on the possibility of a quick burst up the middle.
Raiders ball, first down. Charlie Smith, nothing. At his 36. Denny Stabler now is 13 for 20 passing, which means he's 11 out of 15 in the second half. And he played under Bear Bryant at Alabama on 3 bowl teams. The Orange in 65, the Sugar in 66, the Cotton in 67.
In that backfield with him, Pete Banaszak of Miami, also an excellent receiver.
2nd down 10. There's Bolitnikoff trying to get away. He does at the 45, and he's down at his 46-yard line by Doug Swift from Amherst. Time called. And Bolitnikoff is shaken up.
Time called at 6:41. 10 points behind. The whole season is riding now, and just a great receiver is limping off.
That's the second pass he's caught today. Last Sunday, the Miami Dolphins held the rookie star Isaac Curtis to 1 catch for 9 yards. Today they stopped Bolitnikoff with just 2 receptions. Now Matheson goes off the field. Hines is back in at right tackle. The Dolphins have their regular defense back in. 3rd down and a half yard to go for Oakland. They're trailing 20-10. 6.5 minutes to play. Minnesota will play the winner of this game for the Super Bowl. No, I don't believe so. Marv Hubbard, or Pete Banaszak racked up. Dick Anderson got to him first. That's Fernandez down on the ground, but Anderson came up from the safety spot.
Well, they knew what they were going to do. They went into their running defense. Fernandez barreling across. Bonaconte coming up and wham.
That's Anderson that hit him with that right shoulder.
Exactly.
They're going to measure. The clock has stopped. 6:21 to play. Now they'll stretch the chains and move Stabler away, and they are short by about 3 inches. They almost have to go for it, Al.
There's no doubt they're going for this.
Marv Hubbard is coming back in, replacing Banaszak. It's on the 46-yard line of Oakland. 4th down and about 3 or 4 inches to go. If they don't make this one, it's about all over for Oakland. Miami ahead 20-10. The clock is moving again. They're going for it. And Staber shuts him down. Boy, Miami's really bunched. Ball drawn loose. Staber has it. And they fail to make it. Miami takes over. Miami's ball. Dick Anderson knocked the ball loose with another one of those jarring tackles. Curtis Johnson
made the tackle,
but Dick Anderson knocked the ball loose.
Oh, man, what defense. The big man gets caught.
Look at Anderson hit him, number 40.
Watch this play here now, Kurt. Very alert, pick it up. And here comes Curtis Johnson. He has the first down and he gets by Curtis. He doesn't get by him.
But you have to give Dick Anderson credit for 2 sensational defensive plays. There's your score with a timeout.
Great going. You did it, Frank.
Oh, no. This New York Life team did it, and now my family has financial security.
Great game, Frank.
Thank you. When I think back to the kind of life insurance protection you gave me, it was terrific. I mean, you guys really went all out. The way you blocked out money problems showed me how to do it. Kept the worry off my back. I mean, New York Life, you're great.
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York Life.
The new cars are different today, and Amoco motor oils are made for them. Thousands of new cars come out of Detroit with the Amoco family of motor oils already in them. And if Amoco's what they start with, you know it's the one to stay with. There's a full line of Amoco motor oils. Ask your dealer for the right one for your car. Ask for Amoco. You expect more from Amoco, and you get it.
Let's look at it again. Watch this play by Dick Anderson. At the top, number 40, knocks the ball loose. 2 of the best defensive plays of the game in a row by Anderson, stopping the Oakland Raiders from making the first down. There goes Warfield in motion. Now the ball's given to Stockton. And he's to the 39-yard line of Oakland, a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. The Raiders will use the clock now. They're leading 20-10. Otis Sistrunk and Dan Connors in the tackle. They've got to protect this 10-point lead, Al. If they do, they're the first team in history to go to 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Kurt, no doubt, and they're playing like champions, and Oakland is also. That misdirect we saw again, Zonka hitting inside. Now they've got it tight to the middle. Mercury can still break it outside.
Larry Zonka's made 113 yards today. 25 carries. They've used him. He'll go 30 before the game's over. Here's Mercury Morris. And he's out of bounds. First down on the 30-yard line of Oakland. Kuchenberg out in front of him, and Willie Brown finally drove him out of bounds. A first down for the Dolphins.
Kurt, over the years that I've had the pleasure of playing and doing National Football League football, I must say, I have never seen a more precision-like football team than the Miami Dolphins.
You're saying this is one of the greatest teams you've ever seen?
No doubt. There is not a question in my mind.
First down. There's the mastermind of it. First down, Miami on the Oakland 30. Mercury Morris has 70 yards today. Sonka has 113. And they stop him that time. So in other words, the Raiders, the top defensive team in the conference, are about to be pierced for over 200 yards running today. Miami got 241 yards against Cincinnati rushing last week.
The vital thing is time. It's 4:53 and moving. Long counts now. Frustration for Oakland. They're hoping for a turnover desperately.
Second down, 11. Miami on the Oakland 31. 4:39 to play. Mercury Morris, 30, 25, 20, 15, out of bounds. Stops the clock at the 15-yard line. Jack Tatum stopped him. And that is a 16-yard gain now. He has 86 yards, Mercury Morris.
Mercury running to the outside. Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside. The Fablemen of Army. And now they have the Dolphin, inside and outside. You can run to the inside. I'll tell you, you can run to the outside. Skip Thomas knocking him out. Jack Tatum a little help.
Miami's ball, first down in the Oakland 15. 4 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. Miami's ahead 20-10. They led at halftime 14-0. Jim Kick burrowing his way to the 10-yard line. Jim Kick was moaning because he didn't play as much as he wanted to last year. And I asked Don Shula if he'd trade him. Are you kidding? I'd have to be crazy to trade Jim Kick. He's always complaining to me when we play golf together. I said, Jim, you can smell that goal line. You get me big yardage. You're a great blocker. I wouldn't trade you for anyone.
Well, you're always complaining to me, and I wouldn't trade you either.
Second down 5. Miami on the Oakland 10. Miami leading by 10 points. Long signal count for Gordon to use the clock. There's kicked again. Just short of the 5-yard line, 5.5-yard line. He gets up. Otis Sistrunk tackling. Mar Fleming's going on the field now, the tight end who has a hemorrhage in his thigh. And they signal that that's short. Kick comes out, or that's Twilly coming out, as Fleming replaced him.
We were talking about Phil Villapiano, young man from the Jersey Shore, fighting off the block, doing all kinds of things. Boy, he's a scrapper. Bowling Green can be proud of him.
Miami now has 248 yards rushing in this game. 248 on Oakland, which has been a tremendous defensive team all year. Over the 5 they go, to the 4. Larry Sonka should have a 1st and goal to go. And now it's 2.5 minutes to play. As the clock moves to that 2:30 mark, number 73 getting up there is Norm Evans, the right tackle. Sonka looks like he could just carry the ball 100 times a night.
CURT, it looks like it's over right for the Oakland Raiders. But boy, we've seen this team come around. They were in desperate trouble there for a while. They were unable to score. They changed their quarterback. And this young team that's constantly rebuilding itself has made one whale of a fight of this.
They're coming up to 2 minutes to go. They run on a quick count. No gain at the 4-yard line. Larry Sonka again carrying. Well, I said he'd have at least 30. He must have about that now. That's Larry Little, the guard, trying to lead him. And with a 2-minute warning, that's it. That's all that's left in this championship game. It's Miami 20, Oakland 10.
Ever stay at a hotel you thought was convenient, only to find out your business is way across town? Well, Holiday Inn gives you a choice of locations in every major city.
Just look at the time. There's another Holiday Inn.
And as every businessman knows, that can really pay off.
You're late. What kept you? The traffic was murder.
Should have stayed at the Holiday Inn.
Get closer to your business with Holiday Inn, the most accommodating people in the world.
Mean Mary Jean faced her biggest trial because the team to beat really rides in style. They travel in a Plymouth Gold Duster. Got white walls, wheel covers, vinyl seats, and a nice thick carpet to park your cleats. And outside's this here special trim. Now this roof is something to behold. Reptilian vinyl, colored gold. You can get that when you buy the rest, no extra charge. Plymouth Gold Duster, a lot of car for the money again.
Coming up next, the NFL Report with Tim Ryan and Sam DeLuca. 2 minutes to play. There's Joe Robbie, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, about to take another trip to his 3rd Super Bowl in a row. Larry Sonka's carried the ball 28 times today for 115 yards. Mercury Morris is not far away from 100 yards. He has 86. And they have really stuck on the ground today. They just kept the ball on the ground. Just as he was about to go in there, Jim Kick, he stopped on the 2-yard line. They have Monty Johnson in there now, goal line defense, and Skip Thomas. It'll be 2nd down and 2 to go for a Miami touchdown.
And those vital timeouts now are going to have to be used by the Oakland Raiders. Miami just interested now in using up time. I'm sure the Minnesota Vikings, and great, as you said earlier, congratulations to Bud Grant. What a year. Jim Finks, your team has been sensational.
There was a
Fran
team, we saw them in preseason, and there was a team that you knew, Carl Eller, some of the fellows have been around, you know, and I had a feeling, I'm sure 7, 8, 9 of those veterans there, that this might be their last shot for the Super Bowl, and they set out with that goal in mind. They were undefeated in preseason. They had a great year. They lost to Cincinnati, you know, but they'd already clinched their division. They were impressive today in trouncing the Cowboys. They're going to be a very worthy opponent in that Super Bowl.
Oh, they sure are.
But they set for it, and they made it.
Kurt, we liked Chuck Foreman early, both of us.
Yeah.
We liked the way that defense was moving. But, boy, a special bouquet to Francis Tarkington. He played that football game and played it open all the way.
Yeah, he's had the rap, you know. He's never going to win a championship, but he's never been with players.
It's easy to rap, Kurt.
Yeah.
It's easy to rap.
Never been with players good enough to win championships. They have some help. 2nd and 2. The Miami touchdown. And that is a touchdown again. Oakland's arguing that he wasn't over. But Larry Sonka has just scored his 3rd touchdown. They won't reverse this decision. There's a flag dropped. And the Raiders are unhappy at that call. Dan Connors is arguing. Horace Jones. We've had no signal to the penalty. Tommy Bell will give us one, maybe. This penalty might have been after the touchdown. Flag was definitely dropped.
Horace Jones may be evicted.
Raiders were complaining, of course, that Sonka was not over. All you have to do is be on that goal line or over it, and you're in there. And Horace Jones now has been ejected from the game.
Here it is.
It's going to be hard to tell from this angle.
He's in, Kurt. The ball was over. Jack Tatum made a desperate try, but the ball was over.
That's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Oakland Raiders. Here's the angle now. Let's take a look at this, Al, right down this line of scrimmage. That's Jack Tatum trying to tackle him. And he's definitely over. He's over. He's definitely in there.
Let's try it one more time. We will not. We will.
There he is, and he's in. Touchdown, Sonka. Horace Jones has been ejected from the game. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Evidently he said something, beeped too vigorously to the officials. And the kick now by Yepremian. Miami has salted it away. The kick is up and good. And the Dolphins are on their way to their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. Timeout with a score. Miami 27, Oakland 10.
The Scandinavian experience. It's all wrapped up in Eric, the Scandinavian-sized filter-tip cigar that Americans enjoy nearly 500,000 times a day. Eric, the most exciting idea from Scandinavia since the blonde, and the most popular. Eric, natural, menthol, or cherry.
It's hard to believe. But this is the kind of hairspray most men use to get the dry look. That's why we created new Vitalis Dry 3. A hairspray so remarkable, it's practically dry the instant it hits your hair. Do you see any reason why your hair has to start out so wet to look dry? New Vitalis Dry 3.
Now you see the ball spotted on the 45-yard line of Oakland after the 15-yard penalty against the Raiders following the touchdown. Now they want to move the kickoff back. How about moving it forward 15 yards now and kick it over the Orange Bowl? Here's your premiere.
Lose a lot of balls.
We'll have interviews in the Miami dressing room on NFL Report right after this game. Your premiere boots this one over the end zone. So it'll be Oakland's ball. First down on their 20-yard line. That last drive, Miami sealed it up, and Larry Sonka set a new conference championship record, scoring his 3rd touchdown. Miami has passed just 6 times today and completed 3.
You know that Kenny Stabler must go up top, and if you had to pick a man because of his great play who might intercept, it could be Dick Anderson.
I think one of the worst breaks the Raiders got is when they beat Miami out on the coast. Kenny Stabler's pass to Charlie Smith. Smith is stopped short of a 1st down with the clock moving. Doug Swift brings him down there. 1:35 to play. And we have the identical score here right now as the Vikings and the Cowboys had, 27-10. Minnesota winning that game. Miami's winning this one, 27-10. Interception, Bob Matheson at the 20. Matheson is out of bounds. Miami has the ball right back again. Bob Matheson has it. That is the first turnover against the Raiders today.
Well, you knew the interception was going to come. Don't blame Stabler. He had to go up into it. He tried to get underneath the short zone again. Matheson, who's been such a standout, he made the 53 defense famous. Came into his own because of an injury, really. That's why they developed it. Kenny Stabler knocking it out of bounds.
So the Dolphins have the ball right back again on the Oakland 10-yard line. Bill Arnsparger, the assistant coach now. 6 or 8 clubs have been interested in him. He's the head coach. He's been under Shula for 10 years. They say he'll never leave Shula. And now coming out are Kuchenberg, Little, Mandic, played with a broken hand today with a pin in the knuckle of his little finger. Wayne Moore's out. They got a hand from the hometown fans. Don Shula sending in replacements. 1:13 to go. John Madden knows his team is beaten. And they've been beaten soundly here now by 17 points. Greasy, that play was messed up, and he goes down on the 15-yard line. I believe I'd have to get him out of there right now.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
And going in now are Charlie Lee and Ron Sellers. With only 1:09 to go and the Super Bowl coming up. Here's Jim Kick coming out. He gets a hand. He's very popular here. 1 minute to go. Paul Warfield's coming out. They're giving them all big ovations. (27-10) Miami. 45 seconds to go. Greasy to Nottingham. Look at that Nottingham. Tough little monkey, this guy, Al.
Yes, he is. The bowling ball. He gets so close to the ground, you can't find him half the time. What an advantage. Look at it blocking, barreling out. Well, Oakland knows it's over, but they sure made a fight of it. And the bowling ball, well, he got a spare. He almost made a strike.
You know, actually, Nottingham was a great pickup for Miami. He's been superb on their specialty team. John Madden, who's done a sensational job out at Oakland. His record is brilliant, but he's lost today. And there it is. Miami goes to the Super Bowl for the 3rd successive year, an all-time record. John Madden congratulating Don Shula. Before the game, Madden told Al and me, Shula has one of the greatest pro teams of all time. If we can beat him today, we'll have done something. Well, they couldn't do it. And here are the Dolphins coming in. This is a team, Al, that half the season really didn't have much to play for. No big motivation. They clinched their division early. The challenges weren't there, but when the challenges come, there's something.
We saw them on Thanksgiving Day, Kurt. You're right. Nothing to win except their pride and reputation, and that's what they wanted to do. Play for their reputation.
Oh, they're going in as the American Football Conference champion for the 3rd successive year, the only team to ever do that. There's the owner, Joe Robbie, and there's the final. And we're going to be back here with NFL Report in a little bit, going to the Miami dressing rooms. I think that's about all from us. I want to thank Bob Sheridan, Paul Warfield going off, Bob Sheridan and Henry Goldberg for their help here in the booth, our statistician Joe Costanza, our production stage manager, Jim O'Gorman. And, of course, Curt Gowdy and L. DeRogatis here as we watched the Miami Dolphins do it again. They've now won by 18 points against the Bengals, by 17 points against the Raiders in the playoffs, and as good as Minnesota is, I would be very surprised if Miami wasn't made the favorite for the Super Bowl, Al.
Oh, they'll be the favorite, and they're going against a very tough front. It's going to be an interesting matchup. All the makings of a truly outstanding Super Bowl. Curt, two teams that move it so beautifully.
All right, Al, we're on our way to the Rose Bowl now tomorrow morning to bring you Ohio State and USC. So we hope you'll be looking in on New Year's Day from Pasadena. Thanks for watching NBC today. And that Rose Bowl's on at 4:30 Eastern Time. Ohio State, USC. We're looking forward to a great one. John Madden out of the corner of his eye watches the clock move away from him. Kenny Stabler, heroic in the second half, but in a losing cause. New Year's Day, following the Rose Bowl, LSU against Penn State. Don Shula still can't believe he's in there for the third year in a row, although he's a very confident man. And you've seen it all on NBC Sports with a winning quarterback, Bob Greasy. NBC #1 in live coverage of major sports events all year round.
Organized crime attempts to take over Hick Ramsey's town tonight on NBC.
This is the scene at the Orange Bowl in Miami, where the world champion Miami Dolphins have just won their third consecutive American Conference Championship, defeating the Oakland Raiders 27-10. The Dolphins will now advance against the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl VIII. Sam DeLuca will be along to talk with members of the winning Miami Dolphins in just a moment. NBC Sports presents the Sperry NFL Report, brought to you by Sperry Rand Corporation, where the big idea is making machines do more so man can do more. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Ryan here at the Orange Bowl in Miami, where the Dolphins, with a great show of consistency and poise, have defeated the very tough Oakland Raiders 27-10 to move into the Super Bowl against the Minnesota Vikings in 2 weeks' time. Larry Zonka was the main man today offensively for the Dolphins. He had 3 touchdowns. He rolled up 117 yards rushing. He scored in the first quarter a 10-yard run after a great scramble by quarterback Bob Greasy set that up. Then he bashed in from the 1-yard line near the end of the first half to make it 14-0. And that's how it stood at the end of that first half. And it was a very similar first half to the game between Minnesota and Dallas, which we'll be talking about. A real kind of battering ram kind of game, and the games wound up in identical scores. But here in Miami, in the third period, the game turned around, and you saw George Blanda kick a field goal from 21 yards out to make it 14-3. Garo Yepremian kicked a field goal after Charlie Lee had run the ball deep into Oakland territory to make it 17-3, but it was the Raiders' best period of the game as they followed up the field goal with a touchdown Stabler to Ciani that made it 17-10, and that's as close as they got again. In the fourth period, the Dolphins once again asserted their authority. Yepremian's 26-yard field goal made it 20-10, and Larry Zonka finished it off with his third touchdown of the day to make it 27-10. Mercury Morris had 86 yards to complement the fine ball carrying of Larry Zonka. There were only 6 passes thrown by the Dolphins today, and that tells some kind of a story. Greasy completed 3 of 6. Minnesota defeating Dallas 27-10 by that same score earlier in the day. Defeated a very fine Dallas club, but they were the class today, the Vikings, as we see in the background, the excited Miami dressing room, 27-10. Chuck Foreman dominating the action in the first half, 9 turnovers dominating the action in the second half, but the Vikings coming out on top of that one to move into the Super Bowl against these Miami Dolphins. Sam DeLuca will be in that Miami dressing room to introduce to you some of the stars of the winning Miami Dolphins, and we'll be back with more of the Sperry NFL Report right after this message.
This is the NFL Pro Football Draft.
Ernie, a linebacker, right?
Charlie, we just lost Butler. There goes my linebacker.
All right, look, we got to fill that spot.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. Let's go. Every year, 26 pro football teams compete for the best college players.
Get over there, see if you can find out what Buffalo's doing.
Plus, the weight teams get help from a Sperry Univac computer.
Hi, Charlotte. How are you? Look, I need a linebacker. You gotta be at least 6'3", 240. Ability to blitz, lateral quickness, blitz, B-L-I-T-C. Lateral quickness. Good football instinct. Get me an injury report.
Sperry Univac computers are special because they answer questions fast.
Stanfield, Powers. Who have you got? The kid from Alabama. Powers, phone it in. Right.
That's why they're used in so many businesses where fast answers are important.
Powers to Pittsburgh.
How'd we do?
We lost Butler, but we got a good boy.
Yes?
Powers from Alabama. Yeah, 230 pounds and fast.
Good, good. Sign him up.
You got him.
Good work. Sperry Rand Corporation, making machines do more so man can do more.
Well, let's go into that happy Miami locker room and join Sam DeLuca with Coach Don Shula.
Coach, they say that a football team assumes the personality of its coach. You must be a very calm, collected, and efficient individual, because this is a very calm and collected and efficient locker room, as they were on the field today.
Well, I've had my moments both ways, but I'll say this, I can't be